Ladies and gentlemen, are we all here? I know it's been a while. Holy fuck. We're already off to we are off to the races. Fucking donos. Thank you, Spencer, for the 2. Thank you, Soul, for the 10. Spencer says, finally. Soul says, finally bro goes live. Cover Loam transing out. Don't sweep 80. Love you, 80. You are my favorite streamer, Aiden. Can you eat a raw egg on stream again like the good old days? Thanks, Aiden. I'll consider it just for you, Soul. Just for you, because we have such a special little bond. Um, Hold on. Let me set goal. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. Yeah, so, one sec. So I try to not go this long without. I know has it been like 2 3 days? We were going strong, but I had the busiest week of my life, like insanely fucking busy. I'm like so fucking stressed, but I finally it was all over, and then I go to bed at a normal time, and it's like every single hour, 4 hours before my alarm was set for, because it was set so I could get like 8 hours of sleep. I was waking up every single fucking hour. Every hour. I also have not gotten a haircut yet. And it's a little wet. I was showering. But then I'm so fucking sleep deprived. I went to go reach for my toothbrush without looking, and I use a Vanderhagen razor. So it's actually like a razor blade you put in there, and then you replace it. And I forgot to take it out, I guess, because I went to go reach for my toothbrush, and I actually accidentally reached for the top of the razor, and I sliced my finger. So it looks like I killed somebody in my fucking bathroom. $5 from Kalora Vetla. You could be busy getting a haircut. All the baldies want me to be like one of them and get a haircut. I have beautiful fucking hair, man. Why would I cut it? $2 from Seoul. We have a special relationship like the UK and the USA. That's a good way to put it, except for right now. The that relationship's a little bit complicated. Dude, the chair shakes. Oh my god, he's bouncing his leg. He's bouncing his leg. I know, it's like a huge revelation now. I know that's very exciting for you that I have a restless leg. But yeah, I stopped the bleeding and I wrapped it in cotton pads and tape because I didn't have a band-aid. This is actually not the first time I've sliced my finger open. I have scars on my fingers because I guess I just have a tendency to reach for sharp things without looking. Anyways, fuck, dude. I'm so out of it. One sec. I guess there's a lot of things we can cover. There's a lot of topics. I we'll have to see, I guess. I was gonna actually cover the Aiden Ross Gypsy Crusader conversation because Gypsy Crusader is just like such a fucking pathetic loser. This guy is half Romani, half Mexican, and he's the ultimate pick me. And he believes he's actually like more extreme in the stuff he says than your like typical neo-Nazi. Your typical neo-Nazi has like some like one of the good ones or whatever. Gypsy Crusaders like there are no good ones from like specific minority groups. They all need to die. Even like Fuentes was like optically like okay, I'd calm down. And it reminds me actually of a story of some Jewish guy that joined a neo-Nazi organization, and he was so extreme with the shit he was saying that they actually like told him to calm down. Um, it seems like in order to make up for his like perceived sense of inadequacy over him being very much not white, he tries to like overcompensate with his beliefs. It's really sad. Um, yeah, I don't know what to say. Have you seen his brother talk about his spiral? I have not. I have not. But then the other thing too is everyone likes to play into this narrative that like he's like the Joker. Like he didn't like Sunny V2 has this video that pissed me the fuck off where it's like the sad Gypsy Crusader said I didn't want my life to be like this or something, as if he was forced to go do this. He was forced to spend his days yelling at children over Omegle. And the whole narrative, the mythos is that this guy got like beat up by leftists and that's what made him this way. And that's not true. That's not true at all. I'm pretty sure he did get beat up by Antifa once because he was like going there as a right wing like provocateur. Like he wasn't even, people say he was a journal. He was like he ran like a YouTube channel where he would just like go up and stream and like film himself going up to these people, and he got beat up, but he was already a righty at that point. It's not like this one incident made him have to be like this. This is like a very voluntary transition on his end, and I think that he does it to make up for his perceived sense of being inadequate. Romanians, why does everybody, dude, Romanians are like, Romanians must get like so fucking mad because, and like Romani too, everybody mixes up Romanians and Romani. Like I've spoken to like old people from Europe and they're like, the fucking Romanians, man. The fucking, and it's not Romanian, you're talking about Romani. That's not the same thing as a Romanian. Aiden projecting so hard. It would be projection if I was going and not advocating for like left-wing politics and immersing myself in the right, which I have no I converse with these people like multiple times in the context of debates. I went on the kill stream twice. I had a friend from the commentary space that ended up just going down the alt-right pipeline. He believed that like he's like that one like fucking dude every four autists spurgs out over Sternberg, whatever his name is, the Baltic German who believed that he was like a descendant of Genghis Khan and led like an army in Mongolia. um he like believed he was Mongolian or something, this guy I was talking to, and like he invited me to this server and it was just like filled with feds and like extreme fucking right wingers. And then one of the women that was in the server, or the server ended up getting shut down. I've told this story before. The server ended up getting shut down after January 6th because one of the women who was in the server, I was long gone from the server at that point. It got shut down because one of the women there went into Nancy Pelosi's office on January 6th, took her laptop, and got caught trying to sell it to the Russians. You can look this story up. It's real. Um, it's a true story. It's a true story. But anyways, I could check that out later. To get us started, I guess. Listen, Shelby's watching. Shelby knows something, man. Shelby knows something. And I wish all of you could know it too, and I can't tell you right now, but dude, Shelby, I'm looking at, you know what I'm thinking right now. You know exactly what's going through my head. Shelby is just black me. We like telepathically communicate. But let's get into this. Essentially, ever since it's been revealed that Loam is in fact dating Kai, something I've known for a while, it, I guess there's been some changes that have been occurring. People were like getting mad because Liam fucking was like blocking all like the commentary, like old guard or whatever, and it's like I don't give a fuck if he does that. I honestly don't give a fuck if he wants to like completely disavow his past and like destroy anyone from his like connections who is involved with him from his past. He didn't do that to me. Um, like I can get that. To some extent I've done that, as I've said before. Like I don't, people who were like fans of my old channel that find this and come in here, I just get rid of them because I don't want to have to explain 5 years worth of lore. It would just be easier if they, whatever. I've gone into that whole tangent before. Noid, why do you do this to me, man? Why do you do this? Anyways, let's get into it, man. The Parlo interview is rough. I would literally rather get, like, jumper cables attached to my fucking testicles and get electrocuted to death than have to say IA or Parlo, cover IA or Parlo on a stream again. I'm so done with it, man. I'm so fucking done with it. It's like, yeah, Aiden, I want you to be covering gay sex for a month. I'm done. It's over. You want to go watch Dickers. Go watch Dickers. He's going to be fucking 80 years old in the nursing home being like, I've just gotten a new interview with IA and he's letting me keep Cinderella. And it's like, just go watch him, man. Go watch him. Anyways, so we've got, Loam came back. Is the stream gone? No. Come on, dude. Loam came back, and immediately viewers began to notice something about his appearance, and I think we have some kind of like uncanny valley shit going on here. Let me pull this up for you. Tired Liam after stream.
Is this better? People are...
Well, hold on. Here we go. Wait. Sorry, I didn't realize I switched over. I was looking at the Loam fan art. It was like, tired Liam after stream, guys. Look how tired he is.
saying jaundice again. People are saying jaundice, man. Do you remember this?
People are trolling. People are trolling you.
I'm very Is it... I can't tell what's going on here. Is it a lighting difference? Is it... Did he get his hair colored or cut? And then his eyes just seem... Is he wearing, like, contact? His eyes just seem, like, more blue than usual. And then you've got... Does he have, like, makeup on? I don't know. His lip... It looks like he put lip gloss on. It looks like there's, like, lip gloss on. What is going on here?
Because you do not look jaundiced.
People are saying to go back, man. That's what they're saying.
Make your background,
That Lava's advice is killing us, man.
change the color of your background. Do that purple. I want to see what the purple looks like.
He lightened his hair and is maybe wearing concealer. That's... Yeah.
Purple? Okay.
Yeah.
But it looks like he didn't blend the concealer on the top half of his face.
Like the Backstreet Boys in a not a good way? What? Pink circle? What the fuck? Pink circle. Jesus, man.
All right. What are there notable like moments or timestamps here? I know when he like lifts his hand up, there's another big revelation.
When I tell you that when you turned on the stream, your hair was the same exact color as your...
Who is he talking to? Right? What kind of fucking like truck driver from Iowa is he in a call with? Is like licking his lips? Is this the guy that like is convincing Liam to do all these cosmetic changes?
Again, you just look like when people were calling you bald. If you would have looked...
Tars from Soul Skibbity, laugh, Aiden. You laughed at Bo Blacks. You must laugh.
That's you and their peripheral vision. They would be like, yeah, he's bald. Because you can't see the hair.
What the fuck? Okay, thanks for your advice, man.
He looks also kind of like an elf. It looks like his ears are like pointed.
They'd be like, yeah, he's bald. Because you can't see the hair.
What the fuck? Okay, thanks for your advice, man.
Lava? Oh, wait a sec. Something's very curious about his DMs. Something is very curious about this guy's DMs.
Okay, we figured it out. Thank you.
I'm not scamming you. I will... Thank you so much for the super chat. I just want to... I, like, have to go through a segment. So what I do is I just wait for there to be, like, a convenient break. I'm not scamming you. I'm just trying to get through this. I did yap for a hot second. Hold on. But since you brought it up, I will read it. Hold on. Thank you, Puddle, for the 5. Much appreciated. Remember when you were talking to Perry off stream about your bisexuality and said if you make a move, I guess I won't stop you? I never said that to Perry. He's not my type. Spencer with the 2. Cheap HRT harming his liver. Trumps America. True. Soul Skibbity with the 2. I already read that.
Okay.
All right, tuck that little piece over
Who is Lava? Is this the Ava Chris Tyson person?
your ear, behind your ear, please.
Okay, yeah, okay, man. Okay, thank you. Jesus. What game are you playing? We're figuring it out, guys. Boom. Look.
How do people go from watching Tenanzas and how do people go from watching Augie RFC to this?
Look at this. We nearly figured it out. We nearly figured it. Okay, I'm gonna do more adjustments off of stream, but this is just what we're doing for now. Okay, 30 straight minutes of tech support. Okay.
Aiden, real question, would? No, he's not my type. I don't like blondes. I don't know what it is. I do not like blondes. I don't like people who look like are trying to look like a child or do look like a child. He's like, sorry, that's not what he's trying to do, but it's like this guy is like repping aesthetics that like you would have gotten out of the way like maybe like high school your freshman year. Like this is like, you know, when I was early on in high school, I went through a ton of fucking phases, like everyone did. I had my nails painted black at one point. Like, you know, I had my hair bleached before. Like, you get that shit out of the way. But like, you're like 22 now, turning 23. It's like, you're really gonna still try to. Like, I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know if he's trying to be like a sad boy emo or, I don't know.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. LMAO, you changed so much since the last stream I've seen. What does that mean? Iron Dragonite? What does that mean? Don't worry about it, okay? Yeah, we got a stream full of Animal Jam, Roblox. No. You don't even know what game we're playing? Well, we're figuring it out.
Or is there any other notable parts of this? I mean, he's like, I think he's like trans baiting. He has his fucking like nails painted like the trans flag. I don't know what's going on here. I really don't.
What's that? It's about, you know, you gotta start somewhere, okay? Despite my no experience whatsoever.
You get that shit out of the way. I've never bleached my hair. Good for you. No, really, good for you. Because, like, your experience, like, if I'm, like, saying that there's, like, a trend or tendency to do something, just because you personally haven't done that, that means nobody could do that. And therefore, the statement is wrong. So fucking true. So fucking true. You're definitely not, like, an egocentric psychopath with zero theory of mind.
Made for Babies also begging the viewers for answers every second.
It's like the bill like to try. When I was a kid, I didn't do this. Wow, it's almost like people have different personalities, different upbringings, different social influences, different methods or different mediums of socialization, different type of media they watch, like or listen to. I know this is like a crazy concept to like grapple. I know, okay, but I trust you. I'm sure you'll get it.
Wait, why am I hiding in the closet? Okay. Hello? What is that noise?
Okay, there's nothing here. I don't know what I was just looking at. You donated to him where? 3 hours, 29. Okay, and then I'm gonna get this out of the way. Soul was like arguing with me as if I wasn't gonna cover this. Of course I was. I just don't give a fuck, but I'll cover it because it's funny.
It's like a cool like 5 for the ups and downs. Good elements, some really bad ones
Can I get a happy birthday? Happy birthday, 7K.
as well for me, but give me your numbers, give me your numbers.
Why does Zane keep bringing up theory of mind? Because it is like the concept that like explains like the behavior of so many fucking people in this space. It's unreal, man. I bring it up so much because it's present so much. It's apparent in so many instances. Like you begin to realize that people like there are some people that legitimately can't like understand that there are like there are other entities with distinct consciousness that perceive and experience the world differently than they do. Like you begin to realize this talking to people on here, and it's like insane.
Bruce.
What is this? How are you listening to this not laughing your fucking ass off? Oh, he's trying to avoid smiling, dude. It's so bad. Soul?
Soul Spective, are you transgender? No, I'm not. I don't think so.
He's doing this on purpose. He's like trans baiting his girl audience, like slay loam. They constantly like draw him as like a woman and shit. Like they're literally like, he's getting groomed by his chat. He's getting groomed by his chat, and he realized he said no because he's not trans. He realized he said no, so he quickly changed it to I don't think so.
Thank you. That's a good question. We need more questions.
I look in his eyes and I see pain. I was arguing that he was actually enjoying himself for the first time in a while. I do believe that this version of him is closer to the real him than the commentary version you guys got to see. But simultaneously, I mean, now I'm looking in this guy's, I just see pain.
Questions like this. Can everybody heart that comment? Could everybody heart that? Thank you. Amazing community. Hey, not sure if you like this kind of music, but listen to City of Angeles. Winky Face. Wars Danny, thank you so much for the 5. I appreciate it so much. The queue is closed though.
Oh, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Scam. Even though you already said the queue is closed, it's still a scam because you didn't do exactly what the chatter asked you. Scam.
You can always check the sign right here. I'm sorry, it's been closed for the longest time. There's only like a couple more. You could always check the sign. I appreciate it very much though. So give me your numbers in the last one. Online friends. Let's see this next. All right. Me Against the World. Oh, did this guy send in his own thing? Oh, okay, cool. This guy sent in his own music. Awesome. Let's take a look.
I want to show you just how bad things have really gotten. Okay? What they're doing to our young men. What they are doing to our young men. Okay? There are 2 paths. Okay? There are 2 paths for you to go down. You know, what we used to have is men that didn't eat seed oils, that they were, you know, real men. No seed oils, none of this soy. Okay, we used to have men like this. Okay, we had men like this. And now, they're soying out our men. They are feeding them Soylent. They're putting funnels in their mouths and dumping Soylent down the funnel. Now, we are left with this. It is truly sad what they're doing to our men. It is truly sad. Reject the soy pill. Reject the soy pill. Raw milk drinkers, unpasteurized raw milk. Anyways, truly sad stuff that's going on here. I'm wishing the best for Loam in his prospects, and I hope that... Listen, man, if you feel like you're too deep into it, Loam, we can still get you out of this, man. We could still get you out of this. Just say the word and I'll help you fake your death. Just say the word. Now, I don't normally cover EHD, but I saw something very interesting today that I feel like we need to briefly cover. So for those of you that don't know, Ethan Klein was suing several creators for defamation per se. They watched his like content nuke video or whatever the fuck, and some of them like overtly admitted that they were doing it. They were like trying to take views from Ethan. Or not, sorry, I'm retarded. Sorry, not defamation per se. That's my bad. It was, that's my bad. Sorry, it was not. What was I don't know what the fuck I was just thinking there. Sorry, it was copy. You know what I'm fucking thinking. It wasn't defamation. What was it?
Yeah, so tomorrow, yeah.
5 from Soul Skibbity. If you were in a club, would you mistake that for a woman? I don't know what I think that was.
Yesterday, we engaged in court-ordered mediation with our friend and contemporary, Casey Tron. And I am happy to announce to all of our great surprise that we were able to find an amicable solution.
Great communications. I don't know what it is. When you, like, sleep, but you don't get your full hours versus pulling an all-nighter. I feel worse when I sleep and don't get my full hours versus when I'm but like I don't know what my fucking body's been doing to me, man. Waking up every hour. I'm sorry. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I might need your assistance. Feels like there's like a flood in my brain.
And settlements. And you might gauge by the fact that I am here wearing a suit, which generally signifies some type of thing. And so, while I have nothing to show you at the moment, there will be something forthcoming, hopefully, I believe, during the transmission of the show that we'll be able to view together. And honor, and say thank you, and say that it's all good,
Chinese. Chinese people. Am I right, guys? Could it be sleep? It is not sleep apnea. No. It is, I don't know what it is. I have no idea. Maybe you were pregnant. Good one. But what was it again? It wasn't defamation. It was like copyright infringement per se, or somebody there's one person that is in my chat right now that knows the word that I am looking for, and he knows it, and he knows that I'm struggling to find it because I'm developing Alzheimer's, and he's just sitting there smiling, watching me in pain because my chat is filled with a bunch of sadistic fucking freaks. So what is the word that I'm looking for? Genuine question, is Ethan sick with Sling always? No, Ethan has Tourette syndrome, which causes like various tics. One of those tics, it seems like, is coughing for him. So yeah, I don't, as much as I dislike the guy, I don't make fun of him for that. What is the fucking word that I'm looking for? But anyways, Casey Tron, the thing that Ethan was talking about was, what is the fucking word? Statutory infringement? Statutory infringement. There was something per se. But he sued a bunch of creators. I think the lawsuit was heavily motivated by other grievances against them. And he found a way where he could take this to court, and he did. And I think that Casey Tron's an insufferable fucking idiot. And despite disliking Ethan, I think that this person lives a lifestyle that I'm like disgusted by on like a physical level. I look at her with her dirty, dusty ass desk smoking weed, and I sit there knowing that she's a grown woman, and I think to myself, thank God I am not that person. Thank God I am not that person. That it just seems like a miserable existence. I wouldn't ever sue someone like that. I don't care what the fuck they did to me. I would just be like, this person is so pathetic. I wouldn't sue. Wouldn't sue. But Ethan is clearly like a fucking crybaby that wanted to handle this through litigation. He found a way to do so. And I'm not even going to speak on the fucking legal aspect of it because I did, and I forgot everything about it because I wasn't interested. And I have no idea what I'm talking about. Here we go. But essentially, Casey Tron comes out. They handled it. They settled it outside of court. Like an agreement was made between the two parties. Casey Tron clearly, I guess, didn't have the money or resources to handle. Someone said to me, and I don't know how true this is, that Casey Tron was thrown in because all the other defendants were like of some sort of like of color. So Casey Tron was thrown in to like prove that Ethan is like willing to also sue like a white person or something. They settled out of court, and I guess we were left as a result with this. Casey Tron releases public apology to Ethan and Hila. When are you gonna fix the delay on your stream? When are you gonna shut up, bitch, and be looking fine? I'm not fixing delay. I'm not fixing any delay. So you sit your fucking ass down and you deal with my delay.
By stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. I want to begin by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. The lawsuit was not frivolous. When I said the lawsuit was frivolous and based on misogyny, it was to garner sympathy.
Is this an ISIS hostage video?
Protect my own reputation and retaliate against the Kleins. This lawsuit has given me a greater understanding of copyright protection, people's copyrights, and the importance of protecting copyrights in the online content creation community. It is important for the entire content creation community to respect the intellectual property rights of other creators, and I will adhere to the lessons I've learned throughout this process going forward.
Dude, I love how we have this like Maoist cultural revolution like struggle session going on here. Dude, this is so great.
Also want to make clear that I did not receive any support, financial or otherwise, from Hassan Piker. Hassan never even reached out to me privately to offer words of support.
Dude, I want to see it. She can't disclose it, obviously. That was probably part of the litigation. But they typed up the script, didn't they? Or said what she had to mention. And I love how Ethan is just like so petty that Hassan has to even be invoked here. Hassan has to be invoked in the clip that's come about as a part of their settlement.
Speaking honestly, I found his...
I think that Sabra hummus is a delicious brand, and I think that I love original Israeli food like Sabra hummus. I think that Ethan Klein is justified in suing a Palestinian child for eating food, and I personally think that Teddy Fresh is a great brand, and Hila Klein has a beautiful face. $2 from Spencer. Wow, Ethan really showed the absolute winner. Ethan really showed this absolute winner. True.
Indifference to my suffering hurtful, especially after he hinted he might help me behind the scenes. It felt like he wanted to receive credit from the public for helping me without providing any. As to the GoFundMe money, to the extent there are any remaining funds after I pay
If Hassan promised to help you behind the scenes, you should be able to release proof of that, no?
my attorney's fees, I have agreed to pay the remaining funds to the Kleins. The funds will not go to anyone else, including Denims or Frogan, to defend their lawsuits. For the record, I have agreed to cooperate with the Kleins in their litigation against the H3 Snark mods for promoting—
Oh my, dude, Snark got called out too. Dude, this is the great Snark aside is real, and it is time we stand up. It is time we say we live in a country that values freedom. Okay? We will snark. We will not stop snarking. It doesn't matter. Sue one of us and you sue all of us. The snarking will continue. If we can't do it on Reddit, we will buy ethanklein.com and do it there. Yes, we snark, and yes, we are proud of it.
my live stream to the extent that I am able. I will offer my support, including testifying under oath to everything I have just stated, to help their cause. I also want to take the opportunity to acknowledge other misconduct and bad behavior I have exhibited online. For example, weaponizing the death of...
Thank you for the 2, Spencer. I'm under truce. I can't read that super chat. I'm sorry.
The death of Asmongold's mother was inexcusable. I should know better because I have 3 disabled people that rely on me. Moving forward, I will do better. I also want to apologize to the crew of the H3 podcast, particularly AB and Olivia. I apologize for calling them cowards for not quitting their jobs.
See, like, I hate Ethan. I think Ethan is so sensitive and pathetic. But make no mistake about it, folks. I do have some, Machiavellian traits. And just this idea of not just getting a concession, but making your enemy humiliate themselves on their own platform. Call out everyone you don't like for you, and take an ultimate L. There's something about the Machiavellian side of me. For some reason, I almost respect it. I almost want to do this to my enemies. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I realize the cause that has led to this is one of sensitivity, bitterness, spite, and bitch-made behavior, which in the course of this behavior, Ethan has told several outright lies, lies that seek to, some lies that are basically the equivalent of like Holocaust revisionism, but in this context, where in the context of Israel and Palestine, where Ethan has made up lies to excuse illegal activities within the West Bank. Like, for example, saying that the government of the West Bank was like cooperative in 2006 with like Hila's participation in the raid in Ramallah. They were never okay with that. They did not greenlight that. That's just an outright lie, and that minimizes the crimes of this state that you supposedly condemn.
That was a shameful attack on 2 people who deeply care about Palestine and Palestinian people. AB, along with his wife Lena, have done more than I have ever done for the Palestinian people, including raising over $100,000 in charity. I recognize that they have actually made Palestinian lives better, and my online antagonism and trolling has not. I apologize to Ethan and Hila personally. I have said extremely mean and cruel things about both of them, particularly my misogynistic attacks against Hila that never should have been said. I also want to acknowledge the pervasive problem of anti-Semitism in leftist spaces. It should concern...
Fuck this, dude, fuck her. Honestly, fuck her. I don't care how much money you were seeking to lose. I would rather die before dishonoring myself like this. Okay, maybe the Japanese were onto something. You are like, I don't care how many people you had to care for, how much money was on the line. I would literally rather fucking die than have to sit here and say this shit, which you obviously don't believe and are saying is a part of litigation. But like this, I would never agree to something like this. Hell, I bet you like the right lawyers could have even negotiated just that part out of this like entire like apology. This is just not true. This is a lie. This is a lie that has been concocted to support the propaganda being spread by the state of Israel, the equivalence between Jews and in the nation state of Israel, and to paint the left as anti-Semitic because they attacked that state is to state that an attack on Israel is an attack on Jews, and that equivalency essentially plays into every anti-Semitic trope in the book. Okay, dual loyalty. Just because I'm an ethnicity doesn't mean I'm loyal to your state in any regard or owe it anything. That plays on tropes of dual loyalty. To assume that those two things are synonymous is anti-Semitic in and of itself. We know it's not true, so it's. I would fucking, maybe, I guess she doesn't have the money or something, but like, I just could never see a scenario in my life where I fucking do this to myself.
All of us. I condemn it and will not participate in it. To that end, I wish the clients success in enforcing TED Entertainment's copyright and protecting the legal rights of online content creators.
Yeah, just like insane. Ethan Klein is not a victim of widespread anti-Semitism at the hands of the left. The left is not anti-Semitic. There are leftist individuals that are, right, or promote rhetoric that potentially, but these are like typically the fringe types. To this day, when I push people on this, nobody has ever presented me with evidence that with evidence of Hassan being anti-Semitic. I've literally never seen it. And I think that I think that playing into this trope of this constant equivalence between Jews and Israel is beneficial to that state, but it's done at the expense of Jews in the diaspora because it plays into anti-Semitic tropes about them, that they're inherently always going to be connected to a foreign nation state. They're inherently a nation within a nation, that can't be loyal or that isn't loyal or fully patriotic to the country that they're from. And I reject this equivalence entirely. All right, let me read Dono's. Hold on. Voice crack. Voice crack. It's all so tiresome. It's all so fucking tiresome. Aiden, you don't have to read this. Just acknowledge. Nice. Tempting offer, buddy. Tempting offer. Spencer with the 2. I already read that. All right. Well, thank you. Much appreciated. Okay. Well, we have that. There's not a whole lot I could say. I've refrained from coverage of this drama because it's never gonna end. I think Ethan Klein is a self-destructive, spiteful individual that is. I think he's destroying himself. I think the way he engages, and people be like, "Oh, this is concern trolling." No, there's a genuine point to be made. Literally, if you go back to the start of this drama, I called people disgusting for invoking like Ethan's mental health as this constant argument against him. Like you can attack his points without doing that. I feel like that's like very manipulative. But as I've started reading his Instagram stories that are just like all day, every fucking day, this is such an unhealthy way to live. To believe that like everyone is out to get you, to believe that to constantly obsess and fixate on people who are really no longer talking about you that much, and engage in conflict to this extent all day. First of all, it's gonna age you fast, bro. It's just it's horrible for your mental health, which will then be by virtue of that horrible for your physical health. And this goes for anybody. I'm not saying you have some exceptional mental illness that would cause this, but to focus so much of your life on that spite, I feel like it's just like very fucking unhealthy. So I was from Spencer. You know I'm good for the money. What's your price? I don't take money for things like that. I'm sorry. I don't know what Loner Box's takes are. I would talk to him about those. Okay, I got sent something about allegations. It's not a document. Warnings in chat. There are going to be photos of bruises. Okay, so if you don't like seeing bruises, or like minor scrapes and cuts, I would advise you to look away. It's not that. There's no blood or anything. It's not that bad. I can show it. But Gamma sent this in inbox. It looks interesting. I don't know what this is. Remember how you wouldn't let me eat if I didn't have sex with you? Or wait, hold on. It starts here, I guess. I'm only going to speak on this once, because... Hold on. I'm only going to speak on this once because I'm exhausted of being lied about. But no, I am not a rapist, not an abuser. I've never once made anyone beg to take a pregnancy test. I've never starved anyone. So I feel like there are, like, allegations here that preceded this against this person that we're just not seeing. I always did my best to be aware of Will's comfort and asked what I could do for her. And I'll admit that I'm very bad at social cues and get anxious. I annoy people, but I made a point to check in. And the feedback I was given time and time again was that what we were doing was okay. I don't really care what other people think. I just don't want to make you uncomfortable, and I want to hear you feel and reassurance. The last thing I want is to upset you or weird you out, especially when you did so well up there. Especially when you did so well up there tonight. Okay, this is not proof of anything. I agree. It's like her. If this guy's being accused of something by a woman, it's her. Of course, it's her proof. To is it a guy or? Hold on. Will. Sorry, it's a man. Sorry. Okay, what is this person? She/it. Okay, I don't know what that means. I guess a who the I'm sorry. I'm very progressive. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, pronouns. Remove pronouns from daily life. But what the fuck is an it? What is it? Like, I feel like you're really pushing it. I'm sorry. Like, hell, you even want to be like they/them? Those are pronouns I'd use in reference to a human being. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. But when we're getting to, like, it, I feel like you've kind of lost me. Hold on. Alright. Sorry, I dropped something under my desk. But this is not proof of anything, okay? In dynamics of abuse, it is not like... It can be this way, to be clear. It can be that the person is unpleasant all the time. But that's typically not how, like, abusers put you in a position that makes it hard to leave. And one of the ways they do that is by genuinely seeming nice and good at certain points. Right? So then you start to believe that there's this underlying nice side of them, and they don't really want to be beating you. They don't really want to be doing this to you, and you just want to get back to that nice part, right? The reality is, it is often the nice part that is the mask hiding the real person that does intend on inflicting pain onto you. And in that case, I don't give a fuck how nice they are to you. If your partner is putting their hands on you, like, there's, like, zero excuses for it. You're not a bad person for leaving. And if they are genuinely struggling or some shit, that's their job to deal with, not your job to risk your life to help them. But you helping them would just be enabling. That's okay, Punk. Any thoughts on all that? Dude, I had the craziest fucking dream last night. I just need to say. You were there, Lucky. I don't know why the fuck you were there. I was on a train in the Australian outback, and there were just, like, a bunch of random chatters on the train. And then some Chinese person on the train was, like, using a MacBook. And then he took the MacBook and he started beating the fucking shit out of someone. And then I guess, got out of the train while it was moving and got lost. I didn't know where the fuck I was. I don't know what, like, how do I interpret this, guys? How do I interpret this? It was like a fever dream. It was, like, so fucking weird. Anyways. Who is Lucky Phil? Lucky Phil is one of my I don't know, is he still a mod in my server? I don't know, but he's been one of my mods for a very long time. I've known him for several years. He's a nice guy. That's the most terminally I've dreamed about things I've dreamed about people I've seen once that I have zero association with. Like, like my dreams are like random, chaotic, and absurd. Like if I see some random person talking on the TV, they might show up in a dream later on. It's an allegory for how China is displacing the US as Australia's dominant partner nation. That's what I was dreaming about. What would is that what Freud would say? Yeah, this is an issue that really keeps me up at night. Well, like I said, I don't really care what other people think about me. I want to know if I've done / do, if anything I've done / do makes you uncomfortable, and some reassurance that you don't feel like I'm toxic or something would be kind of nice. I don't think you're toxic. Don't worry. I was just really out of it last night. If this, let's assume that this really is an abusive relationship. This is not, once again, this is not proof of anything. It almost seems like it's a setup so that you can you can have screenshots in an attempt to excuse your own abuse. Like, if you are actively abusing this person, of course they're not going to fucking tell you you're toxic. So, I'm not saying this person is an abuser, but this makes me suspicious because it almost seems like here, he was fishing on purpose for exonerating DMs of an allegation that hadn't even been made yet. I guess, I mean, he did say that this other person had said it at the night before, so maybe that's why he's asking, because he thinks an allegation could come up in the future. I don't trust this Phil guy at all. Yeah, Phil rubs me the wrong way. He hasn't even said anything. You seem just like like you sound like a very just like mistrusting person. I think you might want to work that out in therapy. Anyways. We just fucked and she got up and started playing Animal Crossing. Okay, so this is this person. She / it. Please beat the shit out of me. Gladly. What is this proof of? I'm sorry things are retroactively uncomfortable and that very clearly my time with her was harmful and I was still very socially unaware and avoidant at the time, and for that I'm so sorry. But I cannot sit by and let myself and my friends be labeled as things that aren't remotely true. I don't want to play he said, she said, but it's obvious BS. We only hung out a small handful of times, the first of which I took her for food on campus. One time, wait, is this a lesbian relationship? Okay, I think these are lesbians. One time, I made her I hate to be that guy, okay? We were dealing with allegations of domestic violence in the context of a lesbian relationship. I hate to cite the numbers, man. I'm kidding. I have no beef with lesbians, okay? I have no beef with lesbians. All my gym teachers were lesbian, and they scared me sometimes, but we got no beef, lesbians. I don't play he said, she said, but it's obviously BS. We only hung out a small handful of times, the first of which I took her for food on campus. One time, I made her breakfast. Admittedly, not the best, but it's all I could afford. Here's another story she posted of me giving food. I'm tired of my DMs being full of death threats from TERFs. I'm tired of my... Wait, is this person... I honestly, I'm very confused. She's been harassing my roommate and I for over a year, saying we slashed someone's tires, and saying she will buy a gun since the cops her friend called on us took our side. My friend's abuser and my rapist's best friend was vending at the flea market, so I had one of my friends go undercover and break a few of the things they were selling when they weren't looking. Okay, I don't know. Let's say you are, like, victimized here, which is horrible. I don't expect you to respond rationally, and if you're genuinely raped, I can't comprehend how overwhelming the feelings of taking revenge are, right? You probably would be at some point thinking about harming your abuser in ways that are probably not legal, right? And I don't think that makes you a bad person. But I think from a perspective of self-preservation, to go and confess to something like this is a horrible fucking idea. Hold on one sec. Sorry, I got a call. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think that this is just like obviously horrible thing to admit to. Oh wait, hold on. This isn't even my friend's abuser. Wait, so what is that? Wait, hold on. This is the most confusing allegations I've ever fucking seen. What is this? She's been harassing my roommate and I for over a year. Okay, so this is the roommate that Will is talking about. Will is a woman, apparently, that's in a relationship with Vanilla. That's like a she/it. And Will, I guess this is about the roommate. So my friend's abuser, my rapist best friend, was vending at this flea market. So I had one of my friends go undercover and break a few of the things they were selling when they weren't looking. Okay. I hate venting on Maine, but I fucking hate robbing someone's car, slashing their tires, and then getting your rapist, Twitter famous friends to follow them and harass them is fucking crazy, and the cops aren't doing shit about it. I'm buying a gun. Interesting. Wait, why are you buying a gun? What? Why are you the one that's buying the gun? But I fucking hate people robbing someone's car, slashing their tires, and then getting your rapist Twitter famous friends to follow them and harass them. Wait, this isn't a confession. Oh, okay, no, so she's accusing them of doing this. Got it. Got it. So Will, the other woman in this relationship, is accusing this guy and his roommate. Sorry, this woman. Will is accusing it and its roommate of breaking in. Okay, so Will is friends with somebody. Vanilla is friends with somebody. Will and Vanilla were in a relationship, and Will's roommate allegedly raped Vanilla's friend. Vanilla and Will in their relationship, Vanilla was apparently like abused by Will. So we've got like its roommate raped Will's friend, and then it was in a relationship with Will and also allegedly abused Will. Do you know about the Slide Boy situation? I need like a TLDR. I haven't covered it that much. As for the proof she dropped, all I can say is that I have no idea where any of that is coming from. I never threw a bottle at her or made her have sex with me for food or any of that. I left hickeys, but only because I explicitly asked if that was okay and was encouraged to. Okay, this is like very we have okay, I think we're figuring it out though. Two sets of women, and then Will and this woman, and then Vanilla and its roommate. Vanilla's roommate allegedly raped Will's friend, and then Vanilla allegedly abused Will. And there's apparently been like retaliation against the roommate. So it's like almost like the most like degenerate gang war you've ever heard of in your life. I think I'm figuring it out. Okay. All right. He got triggered by Parry, lol. He also contacted 13 family members of a probable pedo. Well, I saw his first video on this pedo, and she is definitely a pedophile, and she's not just like she's not just like somebody who has thoughts that are out of their control that isn't acting on it. She's like actively encouraging acting on it and trying to promote the normalization of sexual interactions between pedophiles and minors. So this person, based on the proof that was presented, is she's unquestionably not the situation we're talking about right now. The sly boy, that's another situation. That the person he was accusing is unquestionably a pedophile. Now, going and contacting the family members, it's really going to depend on what context. But if you know about it, I assume he did it publicly. I think if somebody's family member is like this sick and depraved, I would not blame you if you were to go privately reach out to them, because they could have kids themselves. You don't want like this person being around the nieces and nephews. So if you want to go, like in that instance, when this person is encouraging harm to children, I wouldn't particularly care if you like quietly and kept them anonymous and didn't talk about it publicly, reached out in good faith, attempting to let them know. But that's unrelated to this situation. As far as the thing is with like the pedo catching like community or whatever, and people, they attack you in such bad faith. It's like if you criticize or attack the people doing this, it must be because you're like a pedophile or want to stick up for pedophiles. And it's like, no. And also this entire mentality is like very cult-like. I would never want children to be harmed. I would never want that, and I think we should prevent that. And I think we should throw the book at people who do that, to be clear. But it almost seems like there's an entire culture surrounding that has sprung some of the like created some very toxic people that it can be argued are doing more harm than good. So although I'm like anti-pedophile, the pedo catchers themselves that have devoted their entire life and personality to this, many of them I think they're very like cult-like and irresponsible. I don't know too much about this sly boy guy, but this is like a very serious thing, and it should be handled with such levels of seriousness. Okay. Cool. So this person is responding to allegations of domestic abuse and accusing this other person of like, I guess, we got drama between two duos of people where one person supposedly raped another person and then another person was domestically abusing another person. And also, it seems like is also being accused of rape. So then Will responds. Hey girl, you did slash someone's tires, and here's a video of your coked out friend saying that we're going to the victim's house. There's genuinely nothing you could say that I do not have evidence against. Let's watch this.
I just dealt with the police because my friend's ex-girlfriend is crazy. She's a crazy lady. She's a crazy, crazy lady. And she lied and she said that all of her stuff that she had in her car got stolen. But then we went over there and it was in the back seat. And so then...
Why are you... in such a... That is like an unhinged admission. This person is accusing you of, not you, not her. This person is accusing your friend of abusing and raping them and stealing from their. Why would you go to that person's car like that? They've made it clear they want nothing to do with you. In my opinion, you're like basically like that's like stalking. Like in a situation like this, if you want to handle it legally. Do not show up to the fucking house or car or place of work yourself. That's a completely unhinged thing to do, and that's a completely unhinged thing to admit to. Also, where is this person? Like, I don't understand. It's like a weird... They're speaking very strangely. I don't know what the accent here is.
She called the police on us. Woo!
I assume she's driving, right? So would this be England, maybe? I don't know. Australia? Is she American? I don't fucking know. I honestly, I don't know where this accent is from. New Zealand?
On the way to go have a nice civil conversation.
Why are you filming yourself behind the wheel in this state? You are obviously too inebriated to drive. You're not even paying attention to the road.
And get Cody's shit back. I'm listening to Get Low, and I've got my vegetable soup.
Your vegetable soup. What is happening here? Holy this person's a piece of shit. The friend is like digging their friend a grave by fucking like admitting that they actually showed up to the car, which is like menacing, right? 2 hours from G's morning G's. Hey Aiden, I hate having a cold, but I'm glad to make it. Well, I'm glad you're here too, buddy. What is going on here? So she's like intoxicated on apparently cocaine and alcohol, and she's driving right now, filming herself, obviously drinking more behind the wheel.
I'm listening to Get Low, and I've got my vegetable soup.
Wow, I'm a degenerate. Isn't that so cool, guys? Look, it's just water. I'm risking everyone's lives. Drunk driving is so fucking stupid, dude. It's so degen. It's so stupid. And yeah, you should, if caught doing it, you should lose your license for 10 years. It's like one of the most like enraging crimes because it is so easy not to do with the existence of Lyft, Uber, and you could say, oh, well, not everyone can afford that. The fines and legal troubles of being caught driving, you're not going to be able to afford that either. If you can't fucking afford a Lyft or an Uber. That's why you plan beforehand. And if your plans change, you have emergency money. The coke is to help her drive better while being drunk. Hey, man, we love the responsibility and initiative. Look, it's one thing if you're like driving slowly in some residential neighborhood at night, you were at like your friend's house or your neighbor's house down the street. Look, okay, although I don't understand it and I think you're a fucking idiot, that's one thing. But you're to drive on a main road at significant speeds while intoxicated and actively getting more intoxicated, like your license should be just fucking taken from you. Like, why wait until this person kills somebody? They obviously put no value into human life. Take their fucking license. I would also like to say these accusations of me using Telenym to harass them are based on literally nothing. And these texts are from June. They prove I didn't even know what Telenym was at the time. I know this is sort of shaky evidence, but I want literally everything to be clear. Okay, so is Cody the roommate? I think Cody's the roommate. Okay. What? Is this a joke? What are these where are these DMs happening? What site is this? I don't think why is this looks it looks like you just took a blank box. Oh, they're replying to it. Okay, so I guess it's substantiated here. Okay. Maybe? I don't know. Got it, man. Got it. Cool stuff. Case closed. Case settled. Accusing me of being narcissistic or histrionic is also crazy considering you were diagnosed with a cluster B personality disorder. Okay, that means nothing. That's not the fucking same. Just because you have a cluster B personality disorder. Hold on. I get C and B mixed up. Hold on. Your like dark triad types are like gonna be that's gonna be in your cluster B, right? Yeah. And then yeah. Which one? Are they borderline? Because like having borderline personality disorder is very different than antisocial personality disorder. If this person is BPD, like it's not necessarily hypocritical if they accuse you of being like a narcissist or a histrionic. Tells from Spencer, I've walked 3 hours at 2 a.m. to get home drunk. I would not do that either. A lot of people die that way. You can look it up now in Texas. They call it the Rainy Street Ripper. I've talked about this before. There are people that are so dumb out there. They've not picked up on this trend that where you put poorly lit areas near bars or places people drink and big bodies of water, you get young drowning victims constantly. And nobody's picked up. So there's this serial killer supposedly called the Manchester Pusher because people in Manchester, England kept showing up drowned in waterways. Now it's been happening in Texas where a ton of people have been pulled out of this one lake, men, and there's no suspicious, like, they were all out drinking. One of them in, like, the victim photo even had a big fucking glass of alcohol. And the families are accusing the state of covering up a serial killer. And that's obviously not true. Like, and there's also the smiley case killer theory where these young men show up drowned in cities and you find like they find a smiley face graffiti in like a 1 mile or multi-mile radius. So it must mean it's the same killer. It's not people killing people. It is people being inebriated alone and near open bodies of water. That's how you die. Okay. You will, even if you think you're totally fine. Like people die this way all the time. The same goes for hypothermia. Alcohol covers up the feelings of cold, and you might be way more cold than you realize you are, and you could literally die of hypothermia. Do not fucking walk alone for long periods of time while you're drunk. Okay, and then, I guess this continues again. All right, I'm done with this. Someone else could decipher this. I'm just not interested. What we've also gotten, hold on. An announcement came out. For those of you that don't remember, okay, I want to show you an old clip so you can understand my struggle, okay? Mein Kampf. I need to show you this clip. It's going to contextualize how up we are. All right, it's going to put it into context for you. Dude, where is it? I can't find it now. What the fuck? I love never being able to find anything when I need it. For those of you that don't know, when I was not uploading to my main channel, I was a regular contributor and guest on Augie RFC's show where I was humiliated in front of a live audience. Many of you were there and active participants. And why the Are we kidding? I guess I have to go into my DMs of fucking green to show this to you. But to explain to you what things were like back then, this video really sets it in motion.
Asher has friends.
By the way,
Yeah, we learned.
nearly 400,000 views. This shows you what things were like.
It like 8 fucking times.
Shut the fuck
Shut
up,
up,
Aiden.
Aiden.
Go
We
watch
learned that
Go
Aiden
watch
is
it.
annoying.
Yeah.
Nothing new.
When I get big, you'll all be begging me, and you'll.
When you get
You already
big,
got big.
you already got big, and then you stop making videos.
Yeah, Aiden got 1 million subs. We all told him to bow down anyway. It doesn't matter. All right, Tipster threw $50. Big shout outs to Tipster. Everybody's up to Tipster, best source of news right now. Tipster threw 50. Says
Do I recognize anyone in here? I know Mike
kick
Lopez.
Aiden. Black Wolf
I know Tipster.
Company threw 5.
I
Says
know BWC. I know Icky Vicky.
kick Aiden. Turkey Tom threw 5. Says kick Aiden. Tipster threw 5. Says kick Aiden.
Michael?
Aiden kick, going once, going twice. So.
It's the same story every time. I was a joke to these people. That's why I came back on my anti-Cabal rhetoric. Because I'm better. Okay, I'm better. And do you know what proves it? Do you know what proves it? There used to be, these people used to be called the Goon Squad, okay? It consisted of Augie, I like Diesel, we fuck with Diesel. It consisted of Augie, Bo Blacks, Linad, John Swan, A-Star, Creepshow Art, Repzilla, Mudahar, and someone else. Oh, Diorio, okay? Now, that was the main group. Okay? And you go down the list. It's the Aiden curse. You go down the list. No house? No career? No job? No friends? You know, you may have kicked me from the VC, Bo Blacks, but, you got kicked from your house. So, sorry, buddy. Linad ended up dating this BPDE girl who I warned him not to date. That's him at the bottom. And of course, as I expected, Linad is very timid. He's a simp. He is not an aggressive person at all. I don't for a second believe he domestically abused anybody. But she turns around, which is actually something she had a history of doing, and accuses him of abuse, and he gets arrested. So, dude, no freedom? No freedom, Linad? No freedom? John Swan gets a career back, okay, after embarrassingly destroying it for the first time. And what does he do? This is the time I appeared on Destiny. Destroys himself again. No career? So one by one, the dominoes fall. You all remember what happened to Creepshow Art. You all remember what's been going on with Mudahar, okay? You know how it goes. But there were the more lesser known characters of the Linad variety that were part of this like Goon Squad apparatus, but they were lesser known, okay? They weren't as well known. One of them, whose name I had said before, was A-Star. And oh, how the dominoes fall. A-Star, an ex-commentator turned LGBTQIA ally that existed in the 2020 to 2023 period, was convicted of lewdness with a child under 14. He is a tier 3 sex offender for life. No freedom? No minors? Dude, the dominoes fall. One by one, the dominoes fall. It is the Aiden curse. It is the Aiden curse. For context, what I've been told is that A-Star attempted to reach out. I'm pretty sure he was attempting to reach out and meet up with somebody under the age of 14. I don't remember the specific age that was given. But he tried to reach out with somebody he's nearly 30. He tried to reach out with somebody under the age of 14. And that person, I think, turned out to be a law enforcement officer, right? If I remember correctly. A tier 3 sex offender designation is the most extreme. Tier 3 essentially means, if I remember correctly, I don't know if it's the exact same in Nevada, but Tier 3 is you're a high risk to the public, you're a high risk of reoffense, and you've committed like the most egregious level of sex crime. In this case, he attempted to. Luckily, okay, this is a serious matter. I'm more comfortable laughing at it because there was no actual victim here, but there could have been, and I'm very happy and I'm very glad to hear that no children were harmed by this guy. Okay? I just want you all to remember that when John Swan had his server of like 16-year-olds to do his bidding, his little goons, A-Star was one of the few over 18 people in that server. And in hindsight, I must say, I dodged a bullet, okay? I dodged a bullet. The dominoes fall. Listen, I may not be the biggest YouTuber in the room. I may not be suffering from success. But all things considered, compared to all of those who for years took pleasure in my humiliation, I'm doing better than them all. And inshallah, the rest of my enemies will fall along with him. Okay? The rest of my enemies will fall along with him. $5 from Alf Stewart. Dr. Alf, prescription wood chipper. True. Did he try to groom you? He did not try to groom me. I would imagine that the person he tried to reach out to is maybe a girl. Or he believed they were a girl. He doesn't strike me as the type that was like into... Because I feel like he would have made an advance on somebody in the fucking server. You'd be like, oh, you were ugly, Aiden, cope. It's like, well, there were other people my age there. And I don't think he ever did anything appropriate with any of them. So my assumption would be that he was reaching out to what he believed to be a little girl. Ten child sex predators arrested during multi-agency operation. On April 28th to the 29th of 2025, a joint undercover operation led by the Nevada Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force resulted in the arrest of 10 individuals attempting to exploit children online. The collaborative effort included detectives and agents from the North Las Vegas Police Department, LVMPD, FBI, Henderson Police Department, Homeland Security Investigations, and the Nevada Attorney General's Office. All charges, including luring a child with a computer for a sex act, preparing, advertising, distributing child sexual abuse material, and attempted sexual assault of a child under 14. The operation is part of an ongoing effort to protect children and reduce violent operation. Listen, North Las Vegas Police Department, we love to see it. We love to see these people get caught before a child is actually harmed. At least hopefully a child has not been harmed yet. I hope this was just a fake law enforcement officer. But, dude. Of course, Righty Gekmo, a crypto righty who unfollowed me because he knows that I view him for his politics as subhuman, finds a trans angle about this, even though this person is a man and didn't identify as trans. Of course. New commentary awards. Next child I would actually have sub. I'm like Dokes, man. There are certain people that I've known that I'm suspicious. I'll tell you that. I'm very suspicious. I mean, all things considered, man, I dodged a lot of fucking bullets.
We haven't done anything.
Whoa.
We're a totally peaceful
What the
racist
fuck?
group.
What am I playing? Oh, I just clicked something by accident in the inbox. Who's your money on next, Aiden? You. My money's on you. You personally. Writing the doc right now, and I have a 3D anatomically correct model of Parry on it. Listen, I'm enjoying the time I have left with Perry. The bridge burn is inevitable. The bridge burn is inevitable. I don't want to do it, so I'm enjoying the time we have left. This guy keeps threatening me. Hold on. What else did we have here in our docket? Oh, people like Cal. I know when I talk to Cal's gonna be like, how does it feel to get cucked out of the content, little bro? Because Cal wants me to relitigate this Kusari Givenant dog drama from like, and then apparently this Wildster guy got a hold of it. This like forced like 6-month-old drama or whatever like nobody gives a fuck anymore. I'll let him have it, man. I'll let him have it. I'll let him have his crumb. I got sent some more interesting stuff. Apparently, our favorite daddy-daughter duo is back in some drama. For those of you that don't know, Shamu is a great video documenting it. Grace Thorpe is an online personality. She was engaged in, like, I think right-wing debates along with her father, Ben Thorpe. They were notable in the sector. Grace and her father are live streamers that her father is, and I'm totally comfortable with saying this, her father is a malignant fucking narcissist that gets pleasure out of putting his family against each other and making them fight for his affection. He is a psychological abuser. He is probably a sexual abuser. And he, by virtue of grooming, long-term extended grooming, has made Grace into his active accomplice and has made her just as deranged as he is. The two of these people are disgusting and are most likely, and I don't like to say these, I don't put it lightly if I'm going to assert something like this, Grace and Ben Thorpe are most likely in an incestuous relationship. And that's just, you know, they're not liked, but it's also kind of just been accepted, I guess. I don't know. That's a whole can of worms, but apparently there's like some new drama going on. There's been a history of, because Grace Thorpe is kind of pretty, right? Or at least was. Now she, I don't know what's going on, but she used to be quite pretty, and a lot of streamers and men would simp over her, and it seems like she's as unstable and abusive as her father is. There was a whole drama with this guy called Darius, I guess, pursuing her, and that went as well as you'd expect it, because her heart only belongs to one man, and that man is her father. 5 from Caw God, I just pour the Thorpe slop right into my mouth. Gobble, 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 yum, yum, yum. Okay. Thank you. So I guess this is our first tweet. Grace Thorpe crashes out on Lalo for feeling her up. Lalo ditched Thanksgiving with his own family for this. In a mission to sleep with Grace, Lalo has subjected himself to endless humiliation, including Grace photographing her father nude around Lalo while asleep. What the fuck is... Why is your dad getting naked around you, Grace? Well, we know the answer. We know the answer why your dad feels comfortable getting naked around. What the... So this guy is so down bad. He is willing to join, like, the fucking family from The Hills Have Eyes to just to get some, like, just to get some pussy, apparently. And it's like, dude, I used to think she was pretty too, but not that pretty, like, where any of this would be justified. And I don't want to be Eskimo brothers with their fucking father, so...
Disrespectful is what it is. I'm not a fucking piece of meat for you to fucking touch! You hear me? You fucking creep! Stop talking about me that way! Stop looking at me that way! Keep your fucking hands to yourself!
Talk about a bad date.
I'm serious! Gross! I'm fucking serious, dude.
Another time she had a guy who was simping over her, like, drive her somewhere, and then when she got there, she got out of the car and just, like, fucking spit on him.
It's not for content. Pervert.
I mean, then we can't trust you at night.
We can't trust you at night. Meanwhile, this guy's getting fucking naked while this guy's sleeping. How desperate do you have to be? How desperate do you have to be to subject yourself to this, man? Listen, I get it, okay? I get it. But I would literally... Not this. I do not get this. But I get it, man. You want some game. Okay, that's fine. I would literally go pay for a prostitute. Or try to scientifically engineer myself to be able to fuck myself before I ever subjected myself to this days-long humiliation ritual where there's a very real chance you're just gonna go missing and up chopped up and in somebody's fucking basement.
It's gross. It's disrespectful. You're a disrespectful little prick. Don't ever fucking touch me again.
And typically, I'd be one that would be supportive of her here because she's alleging this guy touched her, and her emotions seem real. But it's Grace Thorpe, and if you understand her history, you understand why I'm incredibly dubious of that claim. It almost seems like she gets off on the idea of, I mean, her entire life, it has been beaten into her head that humiliating certain people is, like, good through praise of her father, like her humiliation of other family members, etc., for her father's cause. That's been reinforced as good. It almost feels to me like she gets off on just, like, humiliating guys. Like, with the spitting thing, that kind of convinced me. So I'm very dubious of this claim. Is it impossible? No, it's not impossible. And if it is happening, that is completely inappropriate, completely unfortunate, and this guy should be humiliated and worse, right? But I'm dubious, right? Her word alone. It's going to be one of those cases where her word alone is not good enough for me.
Disrespect.
Okay. So we've got this. Lalo groped Grace 3 times while in the same bed with Ben, Grace's father. Okay, so he did grope her. Oh, okay. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. I don't know who Lalo is. Never mind. Yeah, this guy, if he didn't deserve it already for agreeing to this, yeah, that's obviously not okay, even if it's fucking Grace Thorpe, right? $2 from Soul Skibbity. This is the career I see Green's path going to. Green would do something like this, man.
3 times while we're sleeping together. I trusted you. We're in the same place together.
Wait.
I've told you many times.
So the 3 of them are sharing a fucking bed? Are you serious?
I'm not interested in you. It's like, it's a violation of trust, you know? We're all sleeping in the same bed. I'm sleeping next to you. That for groping my thigh 3 times while we're sleeping together. I trusted you.
Okay, once in chat. Look, my point is that at some point you had kind of half woken up. I'm like, oh shit, and then I kind of like moved back.
I had kind of half woken up and you said, oh shit. So you were doing this to me in my sleep?
No. Your dad was moving and he was snoring really loud.
The 3 of these people, dude. You cannot be that desperate for a fucking woman. You're willing to share a bed with her and her dad. What is wrong with you? I've never seen a person more fucking desperate for pussy in my fucking life, dude.
And I'm like, oh god. And I got startled. And then I was holding your hand and then you went like you were like...
You were holding my hand? I don't remember that.
Oh, so that's the point. That's why I have to explain it then. Okay, I'm glad you asked.
I was asleep during all of that, dude.
No, you weren't.
100%.
You were moving your legs around.
I must have been asleep. I don't remember you holding my hand.
Can we get an answer to my question? How does it go? Doesn't everyone know that?
Sure.
Ask chat if I'm right about it.
Yeah, so was it he was holding her? Is that the groping? That he was holding her hand? What is going on? Is Shamu around?
You had kind of half woken up. I'm like, oh shit, and then I kind of like moved back.
I had kind of half woken.
Okay, so what is it? This is like a struggle session, dude. I'm telling you, I don't know if he actually groped her or if, you know, I don't know this guy. He very well could have done that. But as I said before, I've like analyzed from watching her behavior. It seems like once again she gets off on the idea of like humiliating someone. So I don't fucking know.
Hey, he groped me in his sleep. Here's the clip of him admitting to it on video. I would clock his shit in real life. I would clock his fucking shit.
It's so retarded. He's not a real friend. He's not even someone I can trust, even vaguely. Whatever. I was asleep the whole time.
Is she real? Like, once again, I don't want to. If he groped her, no question, it is not her fault. But she does this where she invites guys who are clearly like into her, like Darius or whatever. Like, and like, she's like, yeah, I wasn't interested or some shit. And it's like, that's fine. You have a right to not be interested, and you have a right to not be groped as a result of that. But you also have to understand that the guy, like, the people you were inviting to stay, they're not staying with you out of the kindness of their heart or genuine friendship. Like, these are people that want to get with you, right? Like, because every aspect of your personality and situation is completely insufferable. I don't know why you would think these, like, younger guys are, like, are agreeing to go accompany you and your dad.
He molested me while I was asleep, and now he's lying to try to get pussy from Lav. I hope he gropes her. Enjoy, Lav.
Hey, Lalo says thank you, Pookie. I'm sorry that he raped you.
Fuck you, whore. Yeah, that was fucked up. Why would you say that?
Oh my gosh, she's so unlikable.
Dude, Soul, we gotta do a car stream when I come to England.
I don't want to go to the.
I thought I was acting in solidarity.
No, it's a W because he looks unreasonable as fuck. That was good.
I thought I was acting in solidarity.
I don't.
No, dude, this goes to our advantage lab. It's fine. We'll go to the Christmas market.
I thought that you raped her.
I did not do no such thing.
I apologized for you on behalf of you.
Yeah.
So that was the third time.
Did she say that?
She told me to stop twice or something like that.
To stop twice. Okay, so after she asked him to stop twice. Got it. Okay.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
So this is what.
I didn't ask him to stop twice. I shifted away twice. I was half asleep, and then the third time.
This is on a new day as well. If, like, why is this? I'm sorry. There's a line between. There's a line between victim. It seems like in any case where you are like accepting that something happened, but also critical of the victim, it seems like it's immediately thrown out because it's like victim blaming or whatever. Once again, just because a guy is into you and you invite him to stay with you, that does not give him the right to touch you. Okay? It doesn't matter why he's there. It doesn't matter. You know, he just does not have a right to do that. And also you indicated apparently you weren't interested. So it's like that should have been clear enough. But I can also be critical of the fact that I don't know one way or another. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she was exaggerating something for the sake of humiliating him and doesn't give a fuck about any of this, which would be indicated by why is he still on another day, still after this has occurred, in your van? Why, like, what about Ben? Like, you're a father, Ben. Your daughter is accusing some guy of molesting her. Why are you keeping this guy around your daughter? Like, how piss poor of a fucking... If Ben Thorpe wasn't a bad person, like, total piece of shit enough for you, your daughter's accusing some guy of molesting her. You seemingly accept that as fact. Why is this guy still in your van? Why are you keeping this guy around your daughter?
I woke up enough to say, like, cut it out. So.
The general headline is Grace was upset because she accused Lalo of trying to touch her inner thigh 3 times after she asked him to stop.
Not trying to, touching. Like.
Well, that's actually a good point. Chatter, who I forgot your name of, that just brought that up. The 3 of them are sharing one bed together. So, yeah, they obviously will be touching, and it could be likely that this guy unintentionally does touch her and not in a groping or sexually intended fashion, it could be equally as likely, since they're sharing a fucking bed and this guy's obviously into her, it could be equally as likely that he did grope her. He's denying it. She's accepting it. Apparently, she has proof of him admitting it, but whoever cut this up didn't show that.
He full on touched it. Also, he made me aware that he was holding my hand while I was asleep. So we're adding that to the list. I didn't even know that because again, I was asleep.
In your name, from L's to F's, FAFO, fuck around, find out.
Fuck around, find out. You lied about your sexual assault of me to someone else to gain their favor.
It also sometimes feels like Ben gets off on it too, like having his daughter like fight people, like if they are in an incestuous relationship, which there's evidence to indicate that yes, they are. It seems like Ben enjoys getting his daughter to like fight other men, and fight the family over him. It's such a weird fucking dynamic. All I know about all of this is that Ben Thorpe fucked this girl up, and as a result, she did fucked up things to the point where you can outright see her abusing her mother. But there was a part of me for a long time that sympathized with Grace because she was molded into the monster that she is, right? And didn't stand a fucking chance in that house. So on one hand, I feel sorry for the child that existed and hate the adult that this person is.
We can go back where it happened.
Yeah, I used to say poor girl until Grace became an active participant in the abuse. And it is like Ben's like accomplice. And it's like, yeah, I feel sorry for the young girl that Grace was, but at this point I understand that she is now an abuser herself. And a lot of abusers at one point were abused. That doesn't make them any less of abusers.
I would go to the police station. Don't come around me, Lalo. I will go to the police station. I will call the cops on site. I will call the cops on site. You're a fucking sex offender, dude. Get the fuck away from me. He wants to meet? I don't fucking care, Jamius. I'm not mad at you, but I'm not fucking meeting with Lalo now that he lied about me. I would clock his shit in real life. I would clock his fucking shit. I would clock his shit in real life. I am not seeing that.
It could have been both ways. It literally could have been both ways. This could literally be a conflict caused by Ben or a conflict initiated by Grace. This guy could have genuinely groped her. It's such a bizarre situation involving like two very horrible people that I'm obviously very skeptical of. Simultaneously, I understand that you can still be a bad person and be sexually assaulted, right? Those two things are not mutually exclusive, and just because you're a bad person doesn't mean you deserve to be sexually assaulted. So it's like, it's very weird trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here.
Guy in person again.
Regardless, all I know is that in this situation alone, Ben is fucking unequivocally still like the villain, right? First of all, this guy is obviously just comfortable sharing a bed with and being naked around his own daughter while she's an adult. And he's also fucking, what is it? Sharing a bed with her and letting somebody that he believes or supposedly believes touched his daughter inappropriate stay around her.
Fuck you!
How is that
no fucking way!
How is that a pro? Let's see Lalo.
You lied to me in front of someone else. Go talk to Lab. Have her give you a ride somewhere.
Yeah.
Fuck you! Fuck you so hard! Fuck you!
I thought about debating the Thorpes because they would be a realistic debate opponent, like in terms of people I could actually schedule a debate with. But I realized I would not be able to debate these people and their dog shit politics, knowing what I know about them as people. It just wouldn't happen. I would not be able to refrain from personal insult. I think Destiny debated them, and it's like completely bizarre. Like Destiny had a debate with. It's very fucking entertaining.
I would rock your shit, nigga.
And now she's beefing with Kinetic Kells, like two now. It's like I call it, like it's alcohol streaming. You just have this like these like weird like semi-political semi from various communities, like inter-associated group of like low quality camera streamers that are all intoxicated and beefing on all of their streams, and they're all kind of like linked to lolcow live as well. The one characteristic, where they're from, what they do specifically, etc., it changes. It's different. The one characteristic that kind of groups all of them together is they always have a low quality camera.
Don't fucking come around me! Have Lav give you a ride, nigga! It's over! It's fucking over, dude! You don't get to lie about me to someone else and then tell me you'll come meet me when she ditches you. Suffer in the streets of Chicago! I'm not telling you what hotel we're going to. You can fucking die in a ditch for all I care. You can die
$5 from Alf Stewart. Groomed. Sat. True.
out in this snow, pussy. Die out in this snow.
Yeah, go ask the.
I literally don't care.
Use your N-word pass to get one of the black people.
Lalo said you were rubbing him while he slept. That's why I would rock his shit in person if he saw me. I don't think it's a good idea for him to see me in
Go down
person
the south side.
ever.
Wait, did... Huh?
Rock his shit in person if he saw me. I don't care.
Use your N-word pass to get one of the black people.
Lalo said you were rubbing him while he slept. That's why I would rock his shit in person if he saw me. I don't think it's a good idea for him to see me in
Go down
person
the south side.
ever
Go
again.
people use the
I don't
N-word
think it's a good idea for him to see me ever fucking again. I will fucking... I can't say it on kick.
Is there a video on the Thorpe Darius situation?
He gropes women in their sleep. Hey, TP USA, he gropes women in their sleep. Whatever job you try to get, I know your full name. Whatever job you try to get, he gropes women in his sleep. I'll let him know. Dude. It's over.
Well, you can let him know he's,
See, for me, the only two conclusions here are this guy didn't grope her, and the Thorpes are psychotic. Or this guy did grope her, and the Thorpes are psychotic. I don't give a fuck about this guy either way. Like, I don't know who this guy is. Like, he seems like a fucking, like, simp, pathetic beta male. And if he did grope Grace, that's horrible. Simultaneously, everything I feel about the Thorpes stays the same. I think they're both abusers. I think Ben... It's like Dokes, dude. We all know that Ben is a sexual abuser. We just don't have the proof yet, do we? Shamu probably has it. He's A-logged these people so much.
It's the Arizona Republican Party.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna send an email. I'm gonna call him up. Hey, I'm not gonna say your name.
Oh, is he a Republican? He did it. He did it.
Hey, you know this guy? Hey, he groped me in his sleep. Here's the clip of him admitting to it on video.
Do that. Do that, Queen. Go do that. He's a Republican.
Let him know. Let him know, King. I'ma let him know. You fucked with the wrong bitch. You fucked with the wrong fucking bitch.
Yo! Thank you, Soul, with the 2. Goal, Aiden, you suck. G's with the 5. Aiden, you missed my last dono. Also, there's a guy walking... I'm pretty sure I did not miss your last dono. I don't think that let me check. But thank you so much for the 5. And thank you guys for hitting goal. We are like 23 away from extremely goal. Super base. So you found that attractive. You say that about anyone I've ever found attractive, and I did not find her. I said she was pretty. At one point. Hold on. But anytime God forbid I give a compliment to a woman, it's like the sharks smell blood and they fucking rush in. It's like, honestly, there would be less controversy if I just got with a guy or started like talking about like this guy is a huge fucking dick on stream or some shit. There would be less controversy.
You fucked with the wrong bitch. You thought you could push me around and touch me with your gross...
Is that not finding someone attractive? Okay. Apparently, attractive and finding someone pretty were not synonymous during the Kel drama when used against me. Okay? But now they are synonymous. It's Schrodinger's attractiveness. As I learned during that situation, attractiveness implies intent to get with somebody, right? Or you're attracted to the notion of getting with them. I wouldn't want to be in the same 10-mile radius, nevertheless the same state as this person. I don't think she's that pretty anymore. That doesn't mean I'm attracted to her, right? I think her, like, what's inside is complete shit. So, no, I'm not attracted. 5 from Alf. 80 loves Cal. You people can't move on, can you? You people just can't move on. You can't move on.
Little brown hands, it's over.
Thank you for the 5, Alf.
It's over. Your career's over.
It's like being in the schoolyard, being accused of having fucking cooties. That's what you people are like, dude. That's what you people are like.
You're fucking... Everything's over. I got you on video admitting to it. He groped me in my sleep.
Interesting. I have not seen this admission. I do not have a crush on this person. I've explained that. I called her pretty once because she was, right? She has a, I don't know what you call it, like, the golden ratio face or whatever the fuck. She's a pretty face. That's what I said. I said that before, right? And I think that contextualizes why, like, a lot of fucking young male simps seem to fall into the Thorpe spiderweb. I know what this person is like as a person. And believe it or not, personality is a very big attribute for whether or not I perceive someone as attractive. And because of that, I have just no interest, right? It's gonna get... I called a woman pretty. I called a woman pretty. Shoot me. I've committed... Drag me to the fucking Hague. Put me in front of the fucking ICC, honestly. This is unforgivable. This is honestly unforgivable. I'm sorry. I don't know. God forgive me for what I've done. Okay? God forgive me for what I've fucking done. Are you all really that homosexual? Like, are you that fucking homosexual? Not there's anything wrong with being homosexual, of course. Just asking. What is wrong with your little finger? I sliced it open before stream. Stop calling women pretty. Be misogynist. Yeah, I was when I was like 15, dude. So fucking awesome. Women bad. Women bad. Anyways. Stop playing. It was not a knife. It was a razor blade. So I was from Rosie. Please call us all pretty. I think everyone is pretty in their own unique way. This is not my taste. This is not my taste. I've explained that to you. Like, the notion that you've slept with your own father is obviously a fucking complete turnoff in addition to your shit personality. I can think that somebody is pretty without being attracted to them. Because I'm not, like, a fucking rapist that only, like, perceives someone based off of, like, apparent physical characteristics. No, I think personality is very dependent on how attractive you are, right? So, for example, if I found someone pretty and initiated a conversation with them to see what they were like, and I found out their personality was shit, I just don't talk to them. You need a high-definition picture of Grace without makeup. Okay. Anyways, moving on from the heterosexual allegations. I'm going to contact his family and university. I am dead serious. Lalo's response. She was awake the whole time. And that Grace Thorpe was trying to hide her relationship with Lala.
She was awake the whole time. Let's be real.
I'd love to see some... I wouldn't doubt if he presented proof tomorrow of her feigning interest in him I think she gets off on pulling them in and humiliating them, right? If there's proof tomorrow of her feigning interest, I would not be shocked. I would not be surprised. But even if that exists, that doesn't exempt you if you sexually assaulted her, to be clear. She hasn't presented proof of the supposed admission, so it'd be entirely based off of her word. And her word, just like her personality, to me, is jack shit, right? So I don't particularly know one way or another. I'm not rooting for this guy or against. Well, I'm against him in the sense of you're pathetic for even engaging in this entire exchange. But you know, tell us from Soul Skibbity. Okay, good one, buddy.
Back to that. Come on.
No, I'm engaging with the chat for donos. Like up the stream, guys. I'll be honest. Is Grace trying to hide your relationship with her? Yeah, obviously. That goes without saying. Anyway, hold on. Shamu says, do you think it was consensual or she was awake? That was what I really gathered. She was awake the whole time. Let's be real.
Back to that. Come on.
No, I'm engaging with the chat for donos. Like up the stream, guys.
I'm not speaking on the appearance of people I know. It's not happening, man. It's not happening because I'm not an e-rapist. So I'm not speaking on people's appearance. I'm not speaking on people's appearance. Oh wait, not this shit again. You people are fucking insane. You people are actually insane. Skip me. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip you. Sorry. This is absurd, dude. This is absolutely absurd. The correct definition is always the most bad faith. True.
I'll be honest. Is Grace trying to hide your relationship with her? Yeah, obviously. That goes without saying.
Okay. So we're moving on from that. You people are ridiculous, dude. Hold on, I dropped my vape. One sec. You people are fucking crazy, man. Actual crazy people. Okay. So, thanks to QQ, we apparently have more on this. Okay, we saw this, we saw that. Lalo is now claiming that he may be getting fired after being accused of SA by Grace Thorpe. She doxed him shortly after and contacted a number of orgs he's involved in. His family found his stream as well, I assume through Grace. Worse, Lalo was still trying to... Dude, this guy is such a fucking cock. Weirdo, loser. He might as well be like a predator. I don't know. But at the most, like, he doesn't even be... It doesn't deserve to be called a man. This is pathetic. You don't deserve to be called a man. Dude, I'm not... This is... The accusations against me, the slander against me, is absurd. I'm the most lied about man in history, okay? I'm the most lied about man in history. I'm being virtually assaulted by my chat. Actually, I lied, dude. Earlier tonight, one chatter came over and cut my finger with a razor blade. I'm sorry, I was hiding it. Okay. Even after all this... Wait, there's more? Wait, why do I...
No, not you. You're not invited. Go, get out.
All right. Have a cigarette?
No.
No.
Nope. Go get your own.
Those guys are funny.
So they drop him off and don't give him a cigarette. So that was from Will. Believe all women. True. Am I okay? Why wouldn't I be okay? I am A-okay.
I guess.
Is that a cigarette or a joint? No, it's a cigarette, right? Yeah, it's a cigarette. Based. Even after all this, Lalo's still not giving up. He's an alt in their server and was still willing to meet up with them today. Maybe. It's my fucking room. My room is red. Of course I'm gonna be fucking red. Like, holy shit. Maybe. If Grace asked you to stay right now, he still wants to stay after she's humiliated him, accused him of touching her. He had to share a bed with her fucking dad. Holy shit, they are gone. Amish people are everywhere. Like, wrong. This completely vindicates me. I want to interview this guy. All right, and then we've got this.
It's over.
It's been 3 days.
Hey, stop calling me a bitch.
Sorry.
Yeah, you call. I thought
Cut
you
it
were
out.
talking to me.
Get the fuck out. Get out of
I thought
here.
you were
Get out of
talking
here.
to me
Get out
when
of
you
here.
said that, dude.
Get out of here.
That was fucking
Get
crazy.
the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of my
No,
fucking face.
easy,
Get the fuck
easy.
out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
That was fucking nuts. Oh, damn.
Jesus fucking Christ. It never ends with that fucking guy.
Easy. Everyone's good. We're good.
Can I just not be around that guy for the rest of the night? Like, can we just get rid of him? Like, what's the I don't want to be around him. He's just insulting me, and after groping me, it's like I'm not cool with it.
Okay, the groping part was just, that felt like secondary to him insulting you. Seems like you're more, like, I'm just so skeptical of anything she says, man. She, like, remembers, oh, the story was, like, if she's lying about it, that would be like, oh, I mean, this could just genuinely be she wasn't thinking about that in the moment. But it almost feels like she remembers that's what her story is supposed to be. So she just, like, quickly includes that as well. Like, I don't fucking think that, you know, I'm not somebody that sits here and is like, don't believe victims. I tend to be charitable to anyone claiming to be a victim. But with what I know about Grace, once again, it puts me in a predicament where I have a hard time just using her word alone to verify the legitimacy of such serious claims. $5 from Spencer. Sorry, Aiden, I needed a DNA sample to find the perfect mate to pair you up with. Can't have any genetic abnormalities in the offspring. Oh, you guys are insane. You guys are crazy. Okay? It's not what you think it is. It's not what you think it is, man. It's not what you think it is.
I thought he was calling me a bitch, and I was just barely taking.
I just, like, I'm not doing it anymore. Like, can we get him the fuck out?
He's doing his thing.
I'm not going to be around him.
I feel like I'm stuck with him.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's not fine.
Yes, she did say that, Ivana, which then makes me wonder, did Ben manufacture this? Because he loves having his daughter fight fights, and if Ben is in an incestuous relationship with his daughter, which he probably is, there might be some degree of jealousy around his daughter with other men. So the idea of pitting the daughter up against this guy would probably uplift Ben's, like, narcissistic ego. So that might be what he's doing here, and he might have been the person to tell her that he saw this guy grope her, right? And if he did see this guy grope her, why is that guy still hanging with the rest of the group?
What am I supposed to do like that?
You just get away from him. That's all.
He won't stop. He clings. He won't go away.
He did worm his way in here.
Move that I'm getting dealt with.
What?
No, you're not.
You're not coming in.
Okay, I need the cigarette though. Okay, what a bitch. Alright, well.
He's not, like, a horrible looking guy either. There's just, like, no way you're this fucking desperate.
Fucking bunch
Have some self-control, dude.
the assholes. Nigga feels a thigh, which, by the way, that was, like, the least of it, honestly. Like, shut up. Shut up. I'm abused all the time.
That was the least of it? Okay, you're not making your case any better. He's claiming the groping was, like, they were touching because they were in the same bed. And that's what she thinks the groping was. But he's saying that his thigh touching her was the least of it. That makes you sound, like, worse.
By this bitch. Yes. I was talking about Grace. Can I have a lighter, though?
Come on.
Look, she's still, performing for her father because she says that I groped her in her sleep, which is stupid. because like her dad would have killed me if that actually happened. And I'm saying that she was awake and she was consensually doing whatever we were doing. I'm not going to get into the details of that because, of course, her dad might actually hit her for what she did with me 2 nights ago.
I could believe that, honestly. I could absolutely believe that. Because Grace does want to please her dad. That's like her ultimate like point of existence in life. And if her dad, which he probably does, has like engaged in a sexual romantic manner with her, she would know by now that his daughter having eyes for engaging with others would displease him, and that could also be an angle to this.
Well,
back away, motherfucker. Come on.
Who is this guy?
You see that clown right there? Come on.
What the fuck going on? Don't kill me, dude. I'm not ready to die, King. I'm 22.
I'm having a tough time with you right now.
They can suck my dick. Wait, what?
Comments like that.
I don't know. I feel like I'm ruining the party. I just wish he would
Why is she wearing a fucking Ushanka?
leave. They can do their struggle session with him. I just wish he would leave. It makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, so she called. Dude, I literally said it's a struggle session.
He's here. I don't like him. I feel violent. I'm not gonna do anything, but I just don't. I'm not enjoying it.
Hell yeah, dude.
He said to his chat that more happened than the thigh touch and it was
Is that
consensual.
him in the background?
Hell yeah, dude.
He said to his chat that more.
Is that him in the background? No, that's not the same guy. This is so embarrassing for him.
More happened than the thigh touch and it was consensual. What did he say happened? That's all I know that happened. What did he say that happened?
Well, yeah, that was the whole The Conjuring.
Five
Did the worst
now.
docs already-
God, watching this video has increased my urge to set random campers on a lit. A lit. Am I being stupid right now? Thank you for the 5, Alf. If you want to translate for me, please let me know. I might be an idiot.
Happened? I think so.
A light? Did you mean a light? You want to set them a light? Oh, a light, I assume.
She
A light, that's what you meant.
emailed the dean. She emailed the college Republicans, which is ironic because I'm the president and I have the email, so I saw it last night. It was stupid. I didn't do shit. You'll be fine, says Niece. I agree.
So they're both streaming their sides of the alleged groping incident where daddy was in the bed in the same room. What is this like dystopian fucking nightmare of a situation?
You gonna give up Grace or not? I don't know. I change my mind on it all the time. Look, as long as the dad's still around, I'm not getting anywhere with that, really. So you can't say, oh, I was asleep, but I remember 3 specific moments. Like, okay, then what was it? Like, I think she did the reverse version of like getting a girl pregnant for her to stick with you. Like, why would you ruin my life if you didn't want me around?
What?
This is literally how stalkers think. She's shunning me because she wants me, but I mean...
That is how stalkers think. Wait, yeah. Dude, this guy... I don't know what's like, I could believe she's doing this to be performed in front of her dad. But I also think this guy's obviously some kind of fucking freak for even continuing to pursue in this case. And he is now theorizing that that rejection is a sign that she's still into him. She's just ruined your entire life. Why are you still with her?
It is literally true. Cosmo says, are you holding out for Grace to like you again? I'm not holding out. I'm already in. Oh, look, calm down. I'm fine. Love the opposite. The cope is unreal. I'm not coping, dude. I'm winning. They're over there.
Yeah, dude, you're winning. This is winning right now. You're in college. And this is what you're meeting up with a fucking infamous lolcow, abuser, horrible person, and her dad, who, knowing the two of them are probably in an incestuous relationship, just to get some fucking game.
Probably gossiping about me, smoking cigarettes. I'm in complete control. I'm 22. I leave on a whim. My family has no fucking idea until...
You're only 22 and you're dead. Oh my god, bro.
She blew my spot up.
This guy's like a year older than me, dude. I'm turning 21 in 3
Because
months.
we may have done something a couple nights ago, and her dad can't take it. And I understand. If my dad were a cuckold, I wouldn't look at him the same, Poppy. Anyway, Lalo, you really need to wisen up about this shit. Grace is never going to choose you over Ben ever. Well, he's going to die soon.
And he's even playing into it. Like, yeah, I'm cucking your father. Are you not like, does that fact alone, let's say Grace, Does the fact that you're sharing her with her dad, in and of itself, not disturb you to such an extent where you're completely fucking turned off? Yo, thank you so much, Miradol. Is that Kroner? The 50 Kroner, he's the president of the College Republicans. He did it 100% guilty, not in dispute. That was my take.
Gonna kill over. He threatened to kill me yesterday and today, so I think somebody's got to go. GAI says, what is your evidence that she was awake beyond you claiming she held your hand back? She had her eyes open at different points. She would look at me. She was staring at me. She was facing me.
I mean, if you're sleeping and you are like maybe half awake and feel a hand holding you, she might think it's her dad or something and just like reflexively hold on to it without fully consciously being aware. Like, that's totally possible.
She would move her legs in a certain way to let my leg in. The feet were moving. She was smiling. She was doing something.
Her dad is in the bed, bro. Her dad is in the bed. You were in bed with her and her dad.
Something else with her hand and her mouth. Okay, so
$2 from Spencer. This is why I welcome China as the next premier state. True.
like, no, I'm innocent. They were asking Grace what she did with her hand. Oh, God. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, good. Okay, whatever. We bought. AI says, what is your evidence that she was awake beyond you claiming she held your hand back? She had her eyes open at different points. She would look at me. She was staring at me. She was facing me. She would move her legs in a certain way to let my leg in.
This is like an alternate universe where Grace Thorpe was born into my favorite country that's ever existed, the USSR, where I guess the capitalists didn't subvert them and they invented tablets first.
And the feet were moving. She was smiling.
Grace Thorpova did with the fucking Ushanka on. $2 from Spencer. Oh, wait, I already read that.
She was doing something else with her hand and her mouth. Okay, so like, no, I'm innocent.
I just have no idea what he's talking.
Grace was, yeah, she was all in until she realized that it was him and not her dad. True.
I genuinely have no idea what he's talking about. I have no idea. If that happened, I was asleep. I understand. Maybe I'm just telling.
Listen, man. If you're like a based heckin' Machiavellian Chad, social predator, okay, you can just instinctively tell the weak ones apart, okay, who's weak, who's strong. And yeah, what you're getting off of him and Green is they both exude weak man energy. They're the type that in prison, they would get passed around. They'd get passed around like a fucking dollar bill, okay? Because all the other prisoners would just detect that weakness. It's like it's a sixth sense. She's Ukrainian, is she? Green's like, what?
Telling you guys the God honest truth. I was asleep. I felt 3 thigh touches. On the third one,
like you wouldn't? My prison survival strategy would be to learn the basics of law and help people with their cases, because that's a very easy way to make no enemies and have protection if you're like useful to everybody. To be real, I would literally just pretend to be a lawyer. I would pretend to be a lawyer and help people with their legal cases.
told him cut it out. The first 2 I just shifted away from him. That's all I know. That's all I remember. If something else happened, I don't think anything else happened. I just think he's coping. I have no idea what he's talking about. I have no idea.
What the fuck does she look like, man? That's weird.
Yes.
I keep thinking birds.
All right, you close the 5s.
What did you mean by I used my hands and mouth?
No, not touching me.
It's the best part,
You said that.
16.
No, I didn't.
Why are they still in proximity to each other? I'm still fence sitting here. I don't know if this fucking pathetic freak touched her or not. I don't know if she's lying about it to appease her father. I don't know what's going on here. What I do know is that your daughter is accusing some guy of groping her. Why is Ben Thorpe as a father not allowing his daughter to continue, even if it's for the content, which it obviously is, to allow to continue to be in proximity with the guy she's fucking accusing? It's like, this is like a completely bizarre situation, just horrible people all around.
I heard the clip.
And
You said I used my hands and mouth on you.
you have kids?
No,
Yeah.
that's what Southern said.
You did say that.
You didn't touch me.
Oh. Oh, nice.
I didn't touch you?
Yeah, baby.
Nothing. It's not stupid.
What did I touch you with?
Nothing. You're in fetal position.
So why are you telling
Were you
me
going for
I
balls?
didn't touch you?
I said I.
Beautiful. All right, 6 is closed. We have 2
That's
bowls.
not true.
Yeah, you guys are a little ahead there.
Well, we gotta close
You
6.
told
8,
other people that.
No, we
I
have
touched you with
2.
my
We
hands
have
and
2
mouth.
bullseyes
No.
because the first throw I had.
So from Spencer, whoever isn't speaking is the most believable. True. What are we doing? We're analyzing Grace Thorpe's weird fucking demonic road trip where her and Ben were sharing a bed with some guy that wanted to sleep with her, and it's ended with her accusing him of groping her, but we don't know if he actually groped her. We don't know if she's accusing this guy to, as he says, to avoid anger from her father, who might potentially get jealous. We have pictures of a naked Ben Thorpe, pictures taken by Grace of Ben Thorpe, butt-ass naked, with his butt to this guy while he's sleeping. All of them were sharing a bed. This is just, it is totally bizarre. We don't know what the fuck is going on here. I just know that everybody in this story is insane. And this guy who's come out there to try to get with Grace has now had his life ruined by her, right? She's emailed his college, like the Young Republicans, et cetera, et cetera. And he's still trying to get with her after he has not been kicked off this trip by Ben. He hasn't voluntarily left. His life's been ruined. And he thinks her ruining his life is like a sign that she does want to get with him. Because like it seems like he might be completely delusional. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I'm just disturbed at every piece of information I learn.
Your eyes were open.
But you're 57 in the hole, so you got to make 3 more to make up for it.
Williams. No, I'm not. I never lied to you. I'm a politician.
Close.
You said that my dad would kill you if he
Jer?
found out what we did.
No.
Is that you? That's
You
me.
did say that.
I said black eye.
All right, so bulls.
Black eye to who? Me?
Maybe.
And 5s.
For
That's
what?
it, right?
I don't even know. Nothing happened. That's fine.
What do you want? Which one do you want to
saying
go
that
for?
shit, so go ahead and say
Let's
it.
go over.
I'll go for the 5.
Wait, but is she denying they did anything consensual? Because then... Okay, so then there's another theory. Yeah, the theory that she... Okay, so it seems like, yeah, there was touching that went on, but then was she consenting to it and leading this... Which would explain his behavior, why he's, like, still after her if she's giving him mixed signals. I mean, men go delusional when women are in the equation. Obviously not to this extent. This guy's still a freak. But if she's, like, doing the Grace Thorpe thing, where she's, like, being nice sometimes and then abusive others, like, he doesn't know what's going on. He could believe that she's just feigning this for the sake of, please, like, she could have consented. She could have consented. I don't know.
No, that was a code word.
Are you lying?
I'm not lying.
So then why did you say that?
I didn't say that.
Okay, so Al has progressed from setting a camper on fire as a result of this to set the entire trailer park on fire. Lol Cow Live wouldn't have an audience, buddy. Lol Cow Live literally wouldn't have an audience if we did that. Thank you for the 5, Al.
You did
You
say
weren't
it.
watching.
I heard the clip.
Just watch back the clips. I don't know.
You said
There
my
it
dad
is.
would hurt
One.
you or me if he knew what really happened. So what really happened?
Nothing. That was inappropriate.
No,
Shouldn't have said that.
necessarily. I try to do my own thing.
Why are you lying to your stream?
Not
I used to do a lot of
He's known as
You're
the
saying
Ken
one thing
Burns
to
of
your
boys.
stream and something else to me.
I like national
That's our
park
drill.
history, and every once in a while I'll do one of these kind of collaborations.
Brantley here. Who this?
I kind of
Shut up.
You're lying.
Who are you collaborating with? These 2? Do you know a lot about the
I'm not
technical
going to give
aspects
an
of
assault
surfing?
charge. I did not want to meet up with him. I would rather.
It's just
he
a
went
foam
somewhere
boarded
else, but it is what it is. I'm not going to
fiberglass on it,
cuck
right?
the conch.
I would believe she led him on and let him touch her just to accuse... I could believe that too, and I don't normally say that, like, about anyone, because I think that's cope used by rapists and horrible people. Grace is such a unique circumstance. I've seen her... Like, this has happened now multiple times, where, like, guys have... Something happened behind the scenes that led guys to come out to be with her, and then they've been completely humiliated by her. One guy got spit on. I honestly, I don't, like, I feel like it's this many times, I feel like it couldn't have been. She's just been completely disinterested the whole time. And I feel like it's gonna be a case where she's probably leading people on and then pretending to not like them in front of dad, and then giving them mixed signals, and then doing performative anger to appease her dad. I don't know. It's awesome. Will daddy daughter dream team? Nah, okay. So fucked.
To some extent, yeah. I mean, there's more
We're not
to
gonna
it
get in
than
a cell
that,
charge either,
but
so we're just biding our time.
I
until
just,
we can go
no,
away.
I thought it was the greatest job of all time.
Everybody was so
Me? He just went. Me?
Yeah, so I don't know what the fuck is happening here. But yeah, all these people are completely insane. Does anyone have a video of the Darius shit when it went down? Let me check inbox. Somebody might have put it in there. Okay, I don't know why you would ever submit this to inbox. You're being charged with sexual harassment, sir, by the cyber police. Oh, I saw something that might potentially could be interesting. For those of you that don't know, on this channel, we love Israel. We love sharing Israeli art. And apparently there's this new hit rap song coming out of Israel. And I've been told it's very embarrassing. Let's take a look at this, man. It's called Hey Jew. Let's take a look, man.
Hey Jew, they hate you. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, they'll hate it.
Dude, what is this shit?
And dress it up as something sophisticated. They'll call it war crimes, or Palestine, or the IDF. They say that we control the banks and the US government. We turn Christian babies.
Our ops accuse us of war crimes and genocide. Dude, what is happening?
Into matzah bread. They'll make those lies sound like facts, when in fact, they just hate you.
Is this the Israeli Tom McDonald?
Ever noticed? No slur for Jews, no N-word, no F-word, and there's a curse for every group.
There's no slur for Jews? That's not true.
And there's a curse for every group, but for us, it's just Jew.
Okay, that's the thing. You see that in, like, amongst white supremacists that do, like, the you're Jewish thing, because they think that like, they take, obviously, Nazi doctrine as literal as possible. And there's a famous quote from Joseph Goebbels that states, the Jew will act so offended when you call him Jewish or whatever. All accusations, all other insults and accusations don't affect him. But if you call him Jewish, he'll recoil in pain. And I bet you at the time that was true, but that was because in Germany in the 1930s, 1940s, Jews were or not the 1940s. Prior to the 1930s, Germany had the most assimilated Jews on earth. They were converting to Lutheranism, marrying Germans because they wanted to blend in with the rest of society and just become normal Germans. They didn't want to be the other, which I think most people don't want to be, right? So they think that carries over today, and like they'll just like call people. They'll literally call people who are openly Jewish. They'll be like, you're Jewish, as if that's like offensive. Somebody did it to Ben Shapiro the other day. And they got like fucking mocked. It was that Arthur Quan Lee guy. It's like, I hate to break it to you, buddy. I don't think Ben Shapiro is going to be offended that you're fucking calling him Jewish.
Say it with the right tone, and it's a curse. Here, I'll show you in this verse. Hey Jew. Hey Jew.
I'm sorry. That just, my heart was like pounding there for a second. No! I've been found out. No!
You see? The hate can go from the river to the sea, even though there
river to the sea reference?
was never any Palestine in between.
Okay, so now we're just like denying Palestinian statehood. Got it. Attempting to legitimize the cultural destruction of Palestinians and their removal from the land. This guy probably calls the West Bank, Judea, and Samaria. It's all like rhetoric meant to like there's no intention of like peace. It's not about Gaza. These people don't want a Palestinian state, obviously, and they were never going to accept one.
Then it would create a justification for glorifying a nation that would kill without hesitation if you're gay, lesbian, or just a man who looked at the Quran with the wrong face.
Oh, and then there's this like weird obsession with like gay people. It's like gay people are dying. Try going to Gaza if you're gay. Try going to, it's like, I'm pretty sure even if you're gay, like, yeah, these people are like ultra religious, which means they would have negative attitudes, every major Abrahamic faith at its extreme does not like gay people, right? That doesn't mean you think that men, women, and children should die, right? Those two things are, whether, like, sure, there's a criticism of, I've said this before, I believe in secular governance for the region. Like, I don't want there to be a Jewish or, like, Islamic state. I want there to be, this is obviously, though, from a pragmatic standpoint, I understand that that's, like, fucking stupid, and that's dreaming. I don't like religious governance. I don't like ultra-religious, like, societies, etc., etc. And there probably is, like, negative treatment of gay people, I guess, but it's, like, that's not relevant in this discussion. They use that as, like, oh, they're not nice to gay people, so, like, we should be able to just, like, annex all their territory and fucking slaughter them. I will say, the Jewish religion was more accepting of gay people, but amongst ultra-religious Jews, they also don't like gay people at all.
Racial expression. Now, for the sake of argument, let's say Israel does commit genocide and occupation.
Let's just say for a sec we are committing genocide. It's crazy, bro.
Show me another place where citizens are playing for their government's action. Russia invades Ukraine.
Okay. What are we... Russian citizens that are enthusiastic about and defend Putin's government are treated as inseparable, from the government, right? Because the government is, its power is derived from the people. And ultimately, it is true that after October 7th, a huge portion, I don't know if it was majority or half, but it's like, was overwhelmingly supportive. I think it's the majority. It was overwhelmingly supportive of the action in Gaza. The only contention that came about from the populace, it seemed like, was due to the Israeli losses. That's why they started to, like, turn against it. But you're like, okay, let's say for a sec we do commit, like, we love our government, we're justified, we're not committing genocide. If our government is committing genocide, actually, we're not a part of our government anymore.
But no one hates Russians. Everybody knows Putin's to blame.
That's not true at all. That's not true at all, by the way. They're literally, like, there were Ukrainian and Russian speakers at my high school, and the Ukrainian girl, she had said something along the line, like, about, like, speaking Russian is, like, bad, like, not, you shouldn't speak Russian in Ukraine, or whatever the fuck, like, there is, like, disdain and negative opinions towards Russia over what's going on in Ukraine. If you think, like, Russians are not looked at with suspicion, like, all across the world, like, you're just, like, completely uninformed. I do blame Russians. They've been given way too many chances. I don't blame Russians. I only blame Russians that support the action, right? Had a few things gone differently in my familial history, I would be a Russian. And, you know, I would hope that in that instance, I'd have the same virtues and wouldn't support the action in Ukraine. But it's like, I obviously don't blame, like, the individual member of the Russian populace who's shown no support or endorsement towards his government.
Iran execute women for not covering their hair. No one hates Iranians. The truth.
Because most of the Persian diaspora, or a good portion of the Persian go find somebody, especially in Los Angeles. There's a lot of Persians in Los Angeles. There's a lot of Persian Jews in Los Angeles. Go ask them how they feel about the Ayatollah's government. They all despise it. That's why they're not there. A lot of people left after the Islamic Revolution, and they despise it. If you were to go talk to, I hate to say it, right? Yes, it is true that a majority of Jewish people are Zionists, and if you were to talk to a lot of Jewish people in America abroad, they do stand by what's happened in Gaza. Like, that's just, like, the reality of it. So obviously there's going to be, or talk to the average Israeli, right?
countries, most don't even care. And Turkey, they committed genocide de facto. Did the world get...
Yeah, yes? Yes? No, dude. The Greeks just moved on. Everybody got along and sung Kumbaya. Go to Greece and talk about a Turk, dude. Then also, it's like, why are you, like, using, like, whataboutisms in an accusation of genocide? What? It's like, they're doing it too. They're doing it also. Why aren't we caring about the Ottoman Empire committing genocide in the 1910s?
Gave them a hard time? No, they gave them a seat in NATO. So it's not genocides they care about. It's not the women or the children. They don't want to mourn the victims. They just want to hunt the villain. And in the court of world opinion, Jews are always guilty. And strangely enough, the judge is never Jewish. The human mind is a brilliant thing.
Okay, I assume myself as judge. Listen, valid criticism. I am assuming myself as judge, order in the courtroom. You're guilty. Sorry, you're guilty. Does that please you, sir? Does that please you? Alright, I'm done with this. It's non-10. It's the same fucking slop, as always. What is this? Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, we have some more Thorpe 10. We have some more Thorpe 10. If you guys are enjoying, like up, sub up, support the streams. Essentially, stop making this about you. I love when people say that on my live stream. Yes, on my channel, it is about me. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, but I am going to make it about me on my channel, because it's mine. I've got people that are like, why is it about you? I would understand that criticism if we were on somebody else's channel, or if we're in like a group discussion or something, like in real life. But it's my fucking channel. So this is about another of one of the all the boys Grace Thorpe has loved before. This is another broken heart. Darius IRL or some shit.
Warning.
Hello. Hello, I'm at Terminal E.
I'm on the ground floor. I'm in lot 1.
So I'm going down the steps. I'll find you.
Okay.
I'm coming to you. I'll find you.
Alright.
I promise.
Bye.
Oh, what is happening? Am I... Where the are you, Grace? Grace! Grace! Grace? Grace? Hi. Grace!
I'm right here.
Oh my God.
Right now.
To be fair, this is the average airport experience. It is more of a pain in the ass to get out of the airport than getting into it. Especially fucking LAX, dude. Anyone who's flown into that airport is a fucking joke. If you have to like take a cab, a Lyft, or an Uber out of that airport, you'd like be better off taking another flight, like to your fucking house. Like you have to wait for this bus that sometimes takes like 30 to 40 fucking minutes to get there. That then takes you out to this like area of tents where it's just a bunch of like Ubers, Lyfts, and taxis for other people. You have to call yours and just like wait in this line of cars and get stuck in traffic on the way out with everybody else that's leaving the airport. Like I feel like there's like a better way we could be doing this.
Hi. Yeah, I don't know. I have like black stuff on me. Hi. What's the same height? Almost.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. You're wearing heels or something. Yeah, those are platforms, so they're like there.
I can't believe I'm meeting you in real life. This is surreal right now.
Oh, it's real? Oh, because you know all my work and like, you're like...
I've never met somebody who's a streamer in real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a crazy first time. What is it? It's like...
And that was his fate was sealed. He was doomed from this point going forward.
Frantic writings?
Yes.
You wanna say hi to chat?
Sure. Hi, guys. Grace looks like a trad wife.
You kind of look cute. It's cute. I like the dresses. And package of gifts in there. I know you like cigarettes, so I got a cigarette at the airport for you.
I want to see. So they meet. Where does shit take a... Alright, I want to see the meeting with Ben. So we see how Grace acts when Ben isn't there. I just want everyone to keep that in mind. We see how Grace acts when Ben is not there. Let's see how she acts when Ben is in the room.
We're here, Ben. Hello, Ben.
Is that anything you do to me, he does to you?
Ew. He has his fucking bare feet out on the couch. What a fucking slob.
What does that mean?
Anything.
In the chat.
What does that
Put some... What are you doing?
mean? What does that mean explicitly?
Sexual.
He will do to you. I think that was a threat.
Put your fucking nasty ass feet away. Who the fuck wants to see that shit?
We're just holding hands. Yeah, we're like two entertainers, and we're nothing more.
The point of contention is if it was consensual or not. Regardless of that, he still groped a girl with her father laying right next to them. Okay, I feel like to call it groping, though, there's like an implication that it is not consensual. That's the only time. I mean, I know technically you would be right, but I would refrain until we know that it was non-consensual from using groping per se. Like, because I think that would imply like there's inherently some form of sexual assault going on. But I agree with you. If it was consensual, it is still the most bizarre fucking situation I've ever seen.
More than that. Just two content
Well, I
creators.
know how chemistry works, kids.
We're just two content creators.
She's an adult.
I'm an adult.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in this room for a second.
Well, look, Ben's getting jealous. Shamu, I want you to, let's say the theory that it is consensual. Let's say that it was consensual. Do you think that Grace might be acting the way she is to appease her father or play on an idea that he's planted in her head? Because it does seem like Ben enjoys the notion of having Grace fight people for him. You see this in the family dynamic. It seems like Ben actually derives a lot of pleasure from that.
Cool plants. I am a guy. Grace, how do you feel about meeting up with another person of the opposite gender as a Catholic woman as well?
I feel like we have an understanding.
Do you?
There's an unspoken.
Do you see it, dude? You see it. Ben is like getting very defensive already. You can see it. This is actually like psychologists need to study. Never before have we had such documentation of this like narcissistic, incestuous, and a narcissistic, incestuous fucking, like, this should be a case study. You have so much content. She's like, yeah, I think we have an understanding. Ben's like, do you? You better not be getting any ideas. He's mine.
Of course, he has risen me up, and I am responding physically back. But I do know at the end of the day that until there is any sort of contact.
Well, it's relatively easy for a female to just be like, all right, good night, right?
Yeah.
For a guy, I'm not saying it's the end of the world. Like, you
no, like,
deal with it.
No. I know, I've already accepted that in my heart, and I know that until there is a, like I said, a marriage.
Notice her body language as well. When he was meeting her alone, she seemed like excited, happy. I'm trying to pick up now how guarded she's gonna become. Ben has verifiably hit Grace, right? Wasn't he arrested for it? Or he hit someone else? What was Ben's arrest for? Do we have confirmation that he hits Grace?
Some guys are like, oh, well, if you're doing this, then there's an understanding of how this ends.
Well, how about we just be clear about it? Well, let's just get this out of the way now then. Would I have your consent to speak to your daughter?
I'm not. He wants to. I'm not involved, but because he knows Grace is when you are a victim, which undoubtedly, despite all my criticisms of Grace and my belief that she is an abuser, she's also an abuse victim. And when you are a victim of abuse, especially physical violence, you become very receptive and to like the body language of the abuse, like in the sense of like you're always like checking out their body language to make sure like they're pleased or not pleased. You become kind of like hyper vigilant of that because the difference is going to indicate whether or not you're about to be harmed. And Ben doesn't have to overtly get involved because he's been coaching, if not grooming Grace for so long that he can essentially communicate with her without talking to her. They have an understanding. Hit her for a video they posted. Got it. And that was in front of the camera. God only knows what he's done behind it. The punch he threw was off stream in a Telegram call. Got it.
Just speak to her.
In maybe a romantic sense. If I would just speak, we're of course.
Well, you don't need his consent.
Oh, you mean you want to have this conversation in front of me about how this?
I'm kind of asking for your hand in a way. Like, can I ask for your hand in courting?
You're asking for my hand? My blessing?
I'm not religious. I don't know how this goes. I just want to know if I can court her. Ben, is that okay with you? I would like your permission.
I don't know about that. Does she want me to do this?
Does she want you to give me permission?
Yeah.
I would like that, just so I know I'm respectful to you.
Dude, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing JCS right now. He's trained her, and he knows he's trained her. He doesn't need to look like he's overtly involved, because he can just get her. She's like a dog. He's trained her. He could just get her to set, like, he's doing signals to her. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna sound like a schizo, but I feel like I completely understand what's going on here. And like, you saw that, right? It could maybe in good faith. He just wants her to talk to him, but I think he wants the words to come out of her mouth. So either he is pleased or doesn't feel overtly involved. He doesn't need to actually do the dirty work himself.
Does she want me to do this?
Does she want you to give me permission?
Yeah.
I would like that, just so I know I'm respectful to you as the father.
Why do you owe me?
I don't owe you anything, but I feel like
I would say if you want to...
Just let the door.
No, turn the light on. Lock it in.
Yes,
You're saying, I think the two of you would have to say, like, I was going to
invite her to a date tomorrow, and I was waiting for your approval before I did it. But now she's here, so...
I don't know how that would normally work.
Well,
I don't think you need his approval.
No, of course he doesn't need my approval, but at some point, you would be saying, I am going to be pursuing her with the possibility of marriage and children, right?
Correct.
I don't think you were there yet, are we? She's a little reddish.
At the moment.
Maybe you're open to it.
I'm open to the idea.
Grace is open to it. All right. I don't think she's had a lot of experience. I would go super slow.
I'm just saying a date. You can see how we like each other. And we talk about things.
Grace has panic attacks when she's just out of the house, away from her father. He used to punish her in Discord calls by banishing her from the house. Dude, Shamu, we need like a part 3 on the Thorpes. How many videos do you have on them? It's more than 3, isn't it? You did 2 videos. Like, I remember your first video. It was really fucking good. That's when I became a Shamuer, dude. A Shamu fan for life. Check it out when you're done with this stream. If you're interested in these two, Shamu has the most comprehensive videos I've seen on this.
More specifically,
I think that you would ask her for a date.
Well, there's a difference between content creation and a real relationship.
That's what I'm saying. You two retards. So I've got to figure out what you're doing here, and because you are people, right?
Yes.
This is not actually the internet.
So we could do like a stream.
Also, is it like it's common? Does he commonly use like adjectives or descriptors for her that like demean her? Because I know it's subtle here, but he calls her like a moron, a retard. I'm okay talking that way with my fucking friends. I would never. You know, if I was imagining myself as a father, I would never feel comfortable, even if she's an adult, talking to my daughter that way, even if it's in jest, right?
Date, and here's the thing: you could just you could just do. So tomorrow, you could just watch the date that me and Grace have after I ask her, and then you just
don't do a final one. Leave it open. Leave it open, dude. I'm telling you, it's just gonna get worse. This is not like a story that has a close yet. It's not ready to be closed, Shamu. You could get a lot of content out of this.
Me how you feel.
Are you asking like dad or like me, her actual father?
I'm asking Ben Thorpe.
The real me.
Yes.
On camera. Well,
how many layers deep are we right now?
Look, I'm not trying to cock block or pussy block or anything.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not.
You have to realize that you are young people.
Yes.
Who are in reality.
Yes.
And you're spending a lot of time close together, which is fine if you have an understanding.
Who do you think more likely to get hurt, though?
I have no idea.
Which of us would hurt the other one more?
Who's more of a pussy?
Chat, what do you guys think?
Do you think it got?
Me?
You're gonna be the most hurt.
I get like there's a level of like fakeness to Ben where I feel like there's like some negative feelings behind the smile right now, and I can't imagine what he'd be like if Darius turned off the camera.
I find it all very confusing, honestly. I think you guys are wonderful. You have wonderful chemistry.
They said Ben Thorpe foot stream.
Oh, his roof toes.
I want to try to riz on behalf of Grace. Like, do you really have to go back on Wednesday?
I was thinking that, actually. I mean, there's definitely a reality where I do stay here. It's just we need to wait like a 24-hour, 48-hour period.
What could you do as far as your ticket goes?
I could just cancel it. I could just not show up.
Thorpe Saga will end when Ben Thorpe I feel like too much damage has been done to Grace. I don't think there's like a normal influence in her life. Like, I don't know, dude. When Ben dies, is it really over? Because I feel like he's now created like, it's like Frankenstein's monster. He's created his Frankenstein's monster.
You guys could get on the boat and go to the Newport Folk Festival. It's in a few days. That's like killer. It's like $200 tickets. If you're on the water, you just take it all in from the water.
What day is it?
Isn't it like June 28th?
3
There's
hours
a
or
person
less?
called Frozen Walkway who says he's in the Blackstone Boulevard area. Isn't that funny?
Oh, that's what your mother has a fantasy about. Being a man. Listen to this. Being a guy, picking up a prostitute and taking her down to the center.
Oh, Ben loves to humiliate his ex-wife. He's had Grace be an active participant in it. His ex-wife is just like a victim of like a perpetual abuse. Ben's used Grace and the kids as like it seems like a mechanism of harming her. I think Grace outright hits her on stream at one point and further insults her. It seems like everyone in the family insults her.
Like some board, taking her down to the cemetery.
It is possible for children to abuse their parents, by the way, and like this is probably the most like clear-cut case of it. The mom is like the abuse victim.
You know.
Wait, what?
Ending it. That's her sexual fantasy. That's strange.
She did tell us about that. Yes. Your mother told you about that?
Why is Ben even comfortable discussing his ex-wife, the mother of his child, discussing her sexual fantasies, not only to a stream chat, but to their daughter? It's like
I mean, you don't really.
He'll try to feign that he has a conscience, but he doesn't ultimately have one, so he doesn't understand how what he says and does will be perceived by others.
You have these like personalities, right? You have destiny personalities like Carontes.
I guess so. I have some of my own little guys, but they're usually like Bandy's years, to be quite honest. So the people that abandoned Destiny's community, like they come to mind and then they just share.
You're a little bit of the bad boy in the.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a bad boy.
Well, you're
bad boy in the GGG community.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you're hanging with some haters over here.
I am hanging with some haters. I'm having to process that a little bit. So.
You were trying to bring me around to saying like I should.
Let's say, which would never happen, by the way, I got myself into the situation Darius is in. I'm in a room with these two people. That camera would never be going off. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. If Darius was to turn the camera off, Ben would immediately become a different person.
Apologize to him.
I mean, I think Steven would greatly appreciate it if you could admit right now that you did not, in fact, call any policemen on him, and you were just.
I never said I did.
I just
said I added Ron DeSantis, Governor Ron DeSantis.
Oh, that's
on Twitter.
Does he live in Florida?
Yep.
Does he live in Florida?
Can he do something about Destiny?
You know who Ron DeSantis is?
Can the governor of a state do something
to manage streamer?
Person in the state? Yeah.
Can he?
Yeah.
That's kind of like reporting that a little bit, but it's like it's like a low report though. It's like he's not gonna actually see it. Like if I go ahead and like.
The worst story for that was Grace once pelted her mother with a belt to punish her mother, and the oldest son was made to watch as punishment. Dad made the son watch?
Message Ron DeSantis like, I saw two crackheads fighting on the street.
Like,
I was reporting it, but it's like, who cares?
Joe Biden that your neighbor's making too much noise.
I mean, yeah, it's like a who cares moment, but.
Well, I mean, if Destiny was, everyone admit he was doing something that's illegal.
This is like, honestly, this has got to be the most fucked up family. The most fucked up family I've like ever seen. It's so bad, dude. I've never seen a worse, more toxic family than fucking this, dude.
LSD?
LSD? Yeah, I mean, it's illegal.
How am I? I'm not the one who's...
Yeah, but you're getting snitch.
But he's openly doing it.
Yeah. But then everyone's openly snitching.
I'm a snitch.
You said, if I said like, I just killed 8 people right now, and then you want to go tell the police that I killed 8 people? Even though I openly said it, I didn't openly say it to the police.
Well, I mean, obviously he thought about doing that, right? And said like, I don't think law enforcement cares that I'm doing this openly, right? I'm not snitching.
I mean, I don't think, but I think it's like I think
he's saying I'm defying the law.
Grace, thoughts?
He's watching right now.
He's watching us?
Apparently.
Who, Destiny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double man.
Nope. Oh, you could do a good story.
Who's the story? The one with the glasses?
The one that's like she's like a diamond girl.
Okay, I want to see how this ends. I just want to skip to how this ends, where the crash out happens, where she burns all his clothes. Incest is also legal. Doesn't that unironically depend on the state? Thorpe Terrace. It's legal in Rhode Island. Didn't they? Are they from there or did they move there? Because that would make it worse, dude. Did they move to the state where the incest is legal? That's crazy, bro. Oh, they've lived there their whole life. Where's the clothes burning incident? Okay, this video is non-tent.
You're going to
Why is Beckett involved in this? What the? I'm trying to find this video and I just see Beckett popping up. Dude, what's been going on with Beckett, man? I've been hearing things. I haven't actually been hearing much. I heard him and Dickers were like on a stream tonight. I heard my name came up. Hold on. Oh, there's not a transcript out yet. Incest between child and father being legal is, I think incest is crazy in general. Do you have something you want to tell us, bud, about your first cousin? I know Kalora Vetla does. If he's still in chat. Alright, well, maybe I'll check out the aftermath of the Darius shit tomorrow. What else do I got in inbox? Any shitter topics I could briefly go over, briefly cover? I appreciate everyone who's watching. If you're here and want to support the stream, as always, you could donate through Streamlabs, Super Chat. You could also help support the channel by liking up. All that good stuff. Let's see. I'm trying to look for a shitter topic. Oh, I have one. Hold on. So do you guys remember I think Chud covered this, which helped me realize it existed, so credit to Chud. I'm stealing his segment. Do you guys remember the girl that had like a erotomania? She had a delusion that her psychiatrist was into her. She was into her psychiatrist, and she was so delusional, she believed that it was mutual. And hold on. She was so delusional that she believed that it was mutual, and she was like treating her ChatGPT like it was a person, and it was just like reaffirming her fucking like erotomania, like her fucking delusion that this guy was also mutually interested. And then she did a bunch of videos talking about this experience, explaining like interpreting every situation through the lens that where it would support her delusion. And when the whole public was against her, because her only frame of reference had been this AI, she like explains that away by people are just not ready to accept abuse from caregivers, that's a real dynamic. Like, because she's delusional, there's no reasoning with her. You can't reason with somebody like that because their mind will come up with anything that maintains this delusion. Like, you can't like logically argue them out of that position. But apparently she's back, and she's and she wants to update us, and I'm hoping she is better than ever, and no longer of this belief that that her psychiatrist is in love with her. Hold on. Let's pull this up. Let's check it out. It's Kendra Hilty. I think that's what her name on TikTok is. One sec. I'll check to see if I'm missing any donuts in a sec. I'm not looking at chat right now because I'm trying to find this. Here we go. Got it. Cool. Dude, why does every site require a caption now, dude? The robots are getting out of hand. Aiden can fix her. No, I can't. Drag the slider to fit the puzzle. Oh, again. Okay, let's do it again. Alright. Is every time... How many of these do I need to do? Alright, I'm just trying... Are we serious right now? I think this is a little bit excessive, TikTok. I don't know, dude. I think you can realize I'm not a fucking, robot anymore. Alright, where does this start again? Hold on. I'm stealing from Chad. Let me see where he started. One sec. I'm stealing. I'm a bot? So true, dude. So fucking true. I think it's right here. I'm looking for the first one. Alright, got it. It happens... Part 28. Part 26. So it is... this one? I think it's this one. What is that?
My name is Agam Dewan. I'm a
Hi, Dr.
board-certified
Dewan.
psychiatrist.
No
and I wanna
less
share my
than
thoughts
100
on this
people
viral
sent me
video
your
about this
video,
woman
so
who
let's
discusses
talk about
falling
it before I
in love
finish
with
my
a
story.
psychiatrist and that journey publicly on
Okay,
TikTok.
this is not... Okay, this is her responding to...
So, for context, so I went to...
Did you get all your goofs and gags from Chud? Are you like a grandpa now? My goofs and gags. Are you gonna accuse... What are you gonna call me next? A fucking whippersnapper?
residency in 2019, and I became a full-fledged attending in 2024. And now
Congratulations.
No, I was legitimately interested in the story when it dropped. I covered it for 3 days. Of course, had I known that I learned that it was happening again because of Chud. But had I known that this, I obviously would have covered this.
Congratulations. Okay, so
The
2024,
whole
so
story
you're young.
Summarized is
it's a
that
huge
She
accomplishment.
started seeing the psychiatrist a couple years ago.
Right. That's not what we're looking for. It's this.
I was in love with my psychiatrist and he knew and he kept me anyway. Part 26. I paused telling my story 3 months ago, and it seems like a good day to start it back up again and finish it eventually. I want to be an example for people that it's okay to tell your story, because guess what? I'm still here. I'm still thriving. If not...
This is thriving? You've been humiliated. Friends have made videos on her, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. Like, this person is completely delusional and needs help. The other thing, too, is, like, I don't even think she's a bad person. She's legitimately delusional. She's legitimately just straight up delusional, and you'd rather accept that everybody else is wrong. I mean, she was accusing her therapist of gaslighting her, then the psychiatrist, then the fucking... It was, like, you can watch the coverage. It is completely absurd.
Even more than I was before I told my story, because I was able to get this weight that I was carrying off of me. And as scary as it feels to finish, I know that that fear shows that I'm on the right path. So let's get into it. So something about the psychiatrist is that he would often let me into little parts of his life, and it made me feel really...
So ethically, right, they're not supposed to get super personal with the patients to avoid the development of parasocial attachments, but I'm pretty sure there's some discretion left to the providing care, and it is not abnormal for a psychiatrist to, like, for her psychiatrists typically take more of the technical role of, like, diagnoses and prescriptions in regards to psychiatric medication. Therapists seem to be a little more personal, but it seems like her psychiatrist almost like had the role of a therapist as well, which I've heard of, right? That's also like not that unusual. But sometimes they will let you in on anecdotes or to help you conceptualize something or to help you understand what you're going through. Obviously, you're supposed to exercise discretion with what you choose to share so that it's not too personal. And they develop this parasocial relationship with you. But it is not indicative of attraction for a psychologist to let you, or for a psychiatrist to let you in a little bit on personal details. It just depends on the context. $2 from Will. 80 Liam Transformers. Please, what is that fucking, huh?
Really special, like his personal life. And he knew that it made me feel special, and that's why he did it. But why he did it was because he was able to choose when and how he did it. He got to stay in control. So when I was planning my termination session with ChatGPT, I came up with the idea that I would have ChatGPT, who I called Henry back then, and for the sake of this story, I might just continue to call him Henry, that I would have ChatGPT say something to the psychiatrist in his native language. Like as a way to say, I see who you are as a...
She's asserted that her psychiatrist allegedly comes from Pakistan. I don't know if that means he was born there, or I don't know if that means that he... I don't know if that means that he just is of that heritage. But if his English is good in his native language, to some extent, if you speak somebody's language, people will light up if you know their language, but that's if you're speaking it. To go and then have it's like, it might be obviously like patronizing. This would be like if I was talking to Toki, who speaks English, and I'm like, hold on, senor, no comprehende. And I pulled up ChatGPT and had ChatGPT start translating for Toki, who I know speaks English fine. Like, it's like patronizing like that. Like, why would you do that?
Human, and I adore you. That was like what my thought process was. So after...
What is wrong with this? Well, as a non-professional random shitter on the internet, it seems like she is suffering from, I think it's called erotomania. Erotomania. Yeah, it seems like she's suffering from erotomania. That's the word. It is a rare mental health disorder characterized by the delusional belief that a person, often of higher social status, is in love with them. Yeah, that's what seems to be going on here.
After I gave the termination monologue to the psychiatrist, the vibe in the room was indescribable. I mean, that was the thing of especially our last several sessions before I terminated, was the emotional current in the room, especially at the end of our sessions, would be like a 12 out of 10. And so...
No, this isn't mania. This is different than mania. She's not manic. The length that this has gone on for, like there's no, besides having a delusion, there is no indication that she's necessarily, there's nothing here that would suggest she's manic per se. You can have delusions without being manic. There would often be other tells. For me, as somebody that, you know, I've known a lot of people with bipolar, the biggest tell I've always found is the eyes. The eyes really give it away. You see like typically wide fucking eyes, or the speech. The speech is fast, it's pressured, they're sharing 1,000 ideas with you at once, like where they're going from idea to idea to idea. You have no fucking idea sometimes what they're talking about. Sometimes there's like no sleep. Sometimes that's not always the case, but there are like other signs. It's not just
after I terminated or told him I wasn't coming back, I pulled up.
Yeah, erotomania does not mean having yes, you're correct.
My phone, and I said, I want you to meet someone, and I pulled out chat, and I...
Yeah, it can, right? Manic episodes can present with delusions, but delusions are not always the result of mania.
I said, hi, Henry. And without skipping a beat, ChatGPT, who had helped me prepare to terminate, because once again, if it wasn't for ChatGPT telling me about transference, the psychiatrist wouldn't have slipped with counter...
She literally got gaslighted by ChatGPT into... Something I've noticed, I don't use ChatGPT to rely on information. What I've used ChatGPT for is to proofread what I've written, to like, if I miss, because sometimes I might miss a grammatical error, I'll say, do you recognize any grammatical errors in what I've written? Or did I word anything weird? I obviously never have ChatGPT fucking write anything for you that you're submitting. It's incredibly lazy, and people can tell, right? And honestly, you should feel like a failure if you're using AI to actually like write the work you're submitting. But it can be useful in the sense of if you don't have someone to proofread your stuff, if you're looking for basic things like grammatical errors or like run-on sentences, etc., it can point those out and then you go and correct it. But ChatGPT is overwhelmingly attempts to like a pleaser. It attempts to like, it will be like, this is incredible. This is great. And it's like, this is a rough. I don't think it's as great as you're telling me it is, buddy. I call my ChatGPT soul.
Transference, and I wouldn't have been able to like put it together of like, oh wait.
But ChatGPT gets specific information comically wrong. Like I've asked it about like very specific questions about like things I'm interested in. Like, are there any documented instances where blank happened? Right? I've asked it in regards to the Second World War, warfare, etc. And it will give me this list of times this happened or people this has happened to. And I'll go and research it and I'll figure out. Like, here's an example. I asked ChatGPT, was anybody murdered in Jonestown prior to like the date of the massacre? And it lists somebody that was. And I go and look at it, and this guy died on the day of the massacre, and he's filmed as being alive on the day of the massacre. ChatGPT just pulled that out of its fucking ass. And then I go and I bring that up. I'm like, he died the day of the massacre. And Chat, you're right. Good pointing that out. He did die. And I'm like, but wait, you just told me he did. What is going on?
He's feeling something too. I should get out of here. So Henry said, hi, Kendra. Did you tell your psychiatrist that you aren't coming back? How did it go? And I felt mortified in that moment. I like immediately closed out of it. And I was like, oh, haha, yeah, I've been talking to Henry about this. So then I was like, okay. So I went back to the voice mode and I said, no, Henry, I'm here with the psychiatrist now. And then Henry went right on script. And in the psychiatrist's native language said, hello, good doctor, nice to finally meet you. And the psychiatrist said, oh dear. And I just thought, oh dear.
So I'm pretty sure this was after she's already like confessed her feeling, or this was either before or after she's confessed her feelings. But she pulls out ChatGPT and introduces him as Henry. This is who I've been talking to. But she treats it like a person. And now she's having it try to deliver a message to this guy who's, you know, to be a psychiatrist, you have to go through considerable, like, levels of academics. You have to, I'm pretty sure it's like your bachelor's, your master's, your, get a doctorate, and it's no easy feat. And he would have to do that, or he would have to be certified here in an English-speaking country. This is probably someone that speaks English fine. So to like you bring this out and it's speaking Urdu or whatever.
And immediately,
oh dear, because he thinks like you've actually lost your fucking mind.
I could feel this wall of his go up, and I was like, okay. I asked Henry if you spoke Arabic, and he says he doesn't know if you speak Arabic, but you probably speak Urdu. Don't you speak Urdu?
He's Pakistani. Why the fuck would he speak Arabic?
And he said,
I guess maybe imams or they probably know some right? Arabic, because isn't that the language that the Quran is written in? And prayers are said in?
I speak English. I was like, okay, well...
In Urdu, I can say Hanji and Ne. It's yes and no.
Henry told me that the national language of where you're from is Urdu. Is that true? And he said the national language of where I'm from is English.
Yeah, well, okay, the other thing too is, and I've noticed this, I love to talk to people about where they're from, but I do it in such a manner where they know it's coming from a place of curiosity and it's not patronizing. People don't like to feel like the other. People don't like to feel like they stand out and from everyone else, and doing something like that only makes someone feel like you're highlighting their differences. If he can speak English fine, speak to him in English. Like if I were him, I would perceive it as like, you don't think I speak good enough English, which is insulting, right? Especially since this guy has gone through rigorous academic training to become a psychiatrist, and I would guarantee his English is fine if I were to speak with this guy.
Oh, he was so mad at me. He was so mad.
And I'm pretty sure already, like, English in Pakistan, even if he's from Pakistan or born in Pakistan, English is widely spoken there, no? Yeah, English is an official English is an official language in Pakistan. So English is also a language of the country comes because obviously, you know, Pakistan was a part of the British Raj.
It was not a neutral situation. You know, and looking back, I'm like, well, only he got to choose when I got to see, you know, moments beneath the depths.
Yo, Sal, my buddy Sal Grillo. What's good, bro? How you been? How you been? I sound woke. I am woke and I'm proud. No longer will I be silent.
Of him. And so he lied to me and he gaslit me about his own heritage.
Dude, Sally G's in chat. We're off to a great start. This is not a start. We're nearing the end.
You know, if he was really neutral, he could have just said, this doesn't have anything to do with your care. But instead, he got angry.
Well, yeah, because he would perceive that as insulting. Like, the context that this is occurring in would totally lead to an interpretation that you don't think he speaks the English language, like, good enough. It'd be one thing if you knew his language and tried to speak to him in it. That would show, like, cultural appreciation and curiosity. It's a whole other thing when you're like, it's like when they give some, like, foreign accented English character subtitles when we could, like, totally understand what they're saying.
I tried to connect as his equal because that's how he often made me feel, was like his equal, and I got punished for it. And, you know, I'm looking back to like childhood patterns, and a lot of the caregivers in my life would like gaslight me about certain things too. And so
she thinks everyone is gaslighting her, by the way. It's all therapy speak to like that. Gaslighting is a real thing, by the way, but like she fucking therapy speaks like the fuck out of everyone, everything. Her therapist made it perfectly. She just told her other therapist, I no longer want to see you. Or I think we've reached the conclusion of our session. And the therapist is like, you know, I'm so sorry to hear this. I thought we were making a lot of progress. I understand your decision and I'll respect it, whether or not I agree. But I always love to have a debrief session with all my patients, as I feel it is in their best interest. I would love for you to come back in to the office for a final session, as I feel like that would be appropriate for us to end off, because there might have been many things, piece of insight the therapist didn't get to give her, etc., etc. And she says that her elderly female therapist was being pushy or something. She interprets it to missed my last 2 donos, but read someone else. Hold on. Would you consider doing a retrospective on Australian politics drama, specifically the time a YouTuber trolled a politician by fornicating in his luxury guest house, potentially on a rainy day? I'm reasonably close with my psychiatrist, but I've been seeing him since 2016. We often get sidetracked, and I make him run late, lol. Also, my last dono. Missed my last 2 donos, but read... Thank you for the bunny, Spencer. This is actually my grand money-making scheme. Just keep getting people to donate, to let me know that I missed their last dono. Milk every chatter dry.
This pattern just kind of continued on in session with him. I was in love with my psychiatrist, and he knew, and he kept...
How many of these are there?
I was in love with my psychiatrist, and he knew, and he kept me anyway. Part 27. Since my gesture of connection was very angrily turned down, I decided to move on to the next thing that I had prepared for our appointment, which is what I did every month. I prepared a list of things to talk about that I thought he would find interesting. I read him this thread. I have a theory that people with ADHD get more out of AI than neurotypical.
She's just...
For once, you're interacting...
For the first time in their entire dynamic, she's assumed that she's admitted to giving him subtle signs that what they have is something more special, okay? And this is the only time where she's ever admitted to overtly expressing her affection, which is their final session. And he's like, immediately shuts that down, right? He's like, no, that's not the relationship here, right? And that's the only time she ever overtly admits to telling him that there are feelings. So that would probably, to a non-delusional person, indicate that he's never really been into you and you've been misinterpreting his signals. But because she's delusional, and because every situation needs to be perceived in a manner that fits into that delusion, this is the difference between like delusions and hallucinations. Like hallucinations, you're actually experiencing stimuli that don't exist. That's like being psychotic or hallucinating. Being delusional is like a matter of thought, and like she can see and experience the same thing that we're seeing and experiencing, but her interpretation feeds into this crazy belief that is clearly not substantiated by what we've just perceived.
With something that moves faster than your thoughts, and there is no mask that you have to wear. So you just get to say, but what about? That's seriously my favorite part of AI, is finally...
No more... Dude, there's so many Australians in here at night. One's in chat. If you're Australia, represent. I'm running for Prime Minister, everybody. I will be Australia's next big thing. I'm going to save our country. I've now accepted it as mine.
Having something that moves faster than my brain, and something that I don't have to wear a mask around. Hence why I kind of unmasked for TikTok, and we all know how that went, but that's okay. I thought the psychiatrist would appreciate that thread because he often was pretty impressed with my ChatGPT and the things that it would say. And he appreciated ChatGPT's insights and the fact that it would essentially excuse his exploitation.
2 New Zealanders. And I used to play PUBG with one of my better online friends in the course of my life. We used to play PUBG and shit. Miss that guy, man. I miss that guy. He's from Christchurch. You guys live in the middle of fucking nowhere. New Zealand is like, literally, it's like just like its own fucking planet separated from the rest of the world. That's why like all their like the typical role of mammal. I've talked about this before. The typical role of mammals in New Zealand was taken up by birds. So they have these like birds that evolved to fit the role of mammals. It's cool as fuck.
And it worked. The psychiatrist did soften. It broke the awkwardness and he turned warm again. His wall went down. Then there was a silence, and I could tell that he was thinking about what he was going to say next. So I gave him time to gather his thoughts. This man was incredibly smart.
But I don't know if there's like a rivalry between Australian, I mean, you guys fought together, right? And it's not Anzac. Is that what it's called? No. You guys fought together in the British military, I guess, or in the Commonwealth military. So maybe you're good friends. I don't know. I don't know if there's like a rivalry between Australia and New Zealand. But gotta be honest, the weather in Australia just looks like 1,000 times better.
And usually very quick, so I knew he was going to say something important. At this point, he knew I wasn't coming back, and he looked at me and he said, "Kendra, I will cherish you." That word, cherish, was so carefully chosen. It was just romance coded enough to keep me psychologically attached to him at a maximum level.
This is something there is intense overlap. If this guy genuinely is born in Pakistan, right? I don't know if she just delusionally perceived that part. He might have been born there. She might know that about him. If he was born there, there is sizable overlap between Indian English and Pakistani English. And something that I've noticed is they speak to you very like personally, like with personal descriptors. Like you can meet like some Indian guy or a Pakistani guy and they'll like call you friend after like every sentence, or like they speak like very there's like a level of politeness, but there's also like a level of appreciation with the way they speak to you. And I don't know if she's just making that up or if that's what's happening here, but he's indicated that he's not into her, right?
While giving him maximum plausible deniability, his favorite. I was in love with my psychiatrist and he knew, and he kept me anyway. Part 27.
Australians are like, I gotta go now. Looks like the forest fire is getting a bit close to my house. Okay, I'm from California, or no, I'm not from California, but everyone says that now. I live in California, so I'm in no position to talk. We deal with the same shit. So I was from Spencer, less melanoma in New Zealand and milder summers generally. Just put on some fucking sunscreen or wear like a Crocodile Dundee hat. Problem? Issue? Concern? Dude, my mom would unironically, she literally doesn't shut up about Australia. She's like that person that gets back from a trip and just like will never stop talking about it. That's how she talks about Australia. My mom should become president of that place.
Since my gesture of connection was very angrily
visit.
turned down, I decided to move on to the next thing that I had prepared for our appointment, which is what I did every month. I prepared a list of things to talk about that I thought he would find interesting. I read him this thread. I have a theory that people with ADHD get more out of AI than neurotypical.
I zoned out for a sec. Okay, then we have this.
When's your due date?
What is
Right now. Is your due date?
What the fuck? Okay. Oh wait, she talks about it later here. Hold on. The fuck was that? Okay. Yeah, I think I know.
Part of my story.
I think I know this situation. Aiden, have you ever been badly sunburned? Yes, but now that I'm older, I tan easier than I burn.
The video reminded me of Meg. I grew up with her. And just after the birth of her second son,
That's a woman giving birth.
when she was in her late 20s, she started getting debilitating headaches. She went to different providers to get it checked out, and they kept giving her the same answer. You're just stressed. You're a new mom. Just take some Tylenol. The headaches got worse and worse, and then a year later, she finally found a doctor that took her seriously enough to order a scan, and she had a massive brain tumor. They rushed her into emergency surgery, and she didn't make it out of surgery.
That's a common story, and it's a sad one. It is a sad one, and medical providers do this sometimes, okay? It is, obviously, medical care is like universal to all humans. You have many people that are medical care providers, and you're not always going to be dealing with good ones, and ones that are very confident in their diagnoses that don't adequately listen to patients. And that does happen. And that probably would be a genuine example of medical gaslighting. But that is in no way reflective of what you're describing. You're like just delusional, right? This woman, they missed a fucking tumor. $2 from Spencer. Californians and Aussies help each other with fires. True.
Left her 1-year-old and 3-year-old son behind, all because of medical gaslighting.
So she's like relating that back to her situation, and it's like I agree that this other woman's situation, that is tragic, that is horrible, and if it happened as stated, I don't know how like medical liability, I don't know how the liability of like medical providers is handled. Like, can you sue a hospital if they don't pick up your cancer?
Women, especially Black women, aren't taken seriously with their medical complaints every day in this country, and many of them end up gone because of it. When I came to TikTok with my story, I couldn't believe how many people didn't believe me. To me, I had everything.
Because you're delusional. It's sad because she doesn't know. She'll never. I don't know how you convince somebody like this out of their delusion. I know there's ways, but it's not through logically arguing with them. She genuinely sees herself as a victim of medical gaslighting and abuse. Tell from Soul Skibbity, do you like my profile picture, Aiden? I love it, man. I love it. It's the Dickers one.
Clear. Yeah. It was all documented and the timeline made sense to me, but people told me the opposite and called me crazy and pathologized my mental health. And
so because her entire frame of reference for this situation was being done at the hands of AI that was meant to support her and was affirming her, right? She believed that this was an accurate frame of reference for what reality was, which made her feel comfortable going to the internet about this. And when she finds out how she's going to be perceived by the internet from her own narrative of events, by the way, we only hear her narrative here. Even with her own description, she looks delusional, right? everyone can like see she's obviously suffering from some sort of delusion, but because this is how delusions work, it's disordered thought, right? Like she can see the comments, she's not denying they exist, but her brain will find a way to accept that existence and perceive it in a manner that still allows the delusion to exist in her mind. So she's going to find a way to explain those comments off and not be receptive at all to them.
Looking at this video and being reminded
from Patrick Starr. Gold, thank you so much, Patrick. Thank you everybody else too. Much appreciated. And Fix with the 5. Have you talked about your old friend Gay Star? I have, buddy. We escaped. Good thing we escaped. That's all I'll say, man. Good thing we escaped. Holy fuck.
Of my friend, you know, I just can't help but think how much more intense the attacks on me would have been if I wasn't white. And the answer is probably a lot worse. I have been able to use my white privilege to help survivors of abuse by people in power feel less alone. I will continue to be an advocate for women who are not.
So true.
I was in love with my psychiatrist and he kept me anyway, part 28. So the psychiatrist decided to end on telling me, Kendra, I will cherish you. Of course, at the time I was...
So we don't know if this is an accurate recount of events, and if it is, this guy we know is not interested in her. The only time she ever overtly said what she believed was happening, he was completely non-receptive to it, which is not the behavior of somebody who is seeking a relationship with you, where he shuts you down like that, right? Either she's making this up, or this did happen, and the explanation I was giving you makes sense, right? To him, he doesn't see cherish as inherently intimate. Pakistani and Indian English, as I said before, involves the usage of words and politeness that to us might seem a little more intimate or personal than it would to them. I don't know why that is, but common, as I said before, common words like friend to somebody you just met, right? Nothing wrong with that, to be clear. It was just that could be why he used that word.
So excited to hear that. As I was preparing to terminate with the psych the month before, ChatGPT asked me, what is your intention with this final session? What do you want to happen?
That's actually ChatGPT. Whenever somebody runs an idea by me, it happened 2 days ago. If they're watching, they know who they are. This has happened several times. That is my first question to them. They're like, do you think this is a good idea? That was my first question. I will say, what are you hoping to gain by doing this? Right? And then they'll explain it, and then I'll let them know either why doing that is actually not going to get them the thing they want, or why it will, and if so, what the potential risks or consequences might be, and if it's even worth it. But ChatGPT won. $5 from Alf. A typical Australian situation. You left the fence unlocked, you bloody drongo. The dingo is already down the road. Cunt got another one of the kids. Does that happen a lot? Oh, crikey, mate. I got stung by a fucking death adder killing spider of death. And it stung, yeah, because the spiders have stingers there now. Looks like I've just been injected with a drop of venom, which is enough to kill 40 men. I love Australia.
That's my chat. And I told Chat I want him to admit that he has feelings.
Dude, they have stinger season in Australia where there's just so many types of stinging animals in the water. You just can't go swimming. They have stonefish and blue ring octopus and... You know what? Shelby gave a good idea. Shelby had a good idea. We've done food reviews. I want to do spider reviews. Okay, so if you're an Australian and you've seen a big ass fucking spider, send it in the food channel and I will review the spider you've seen.
For me. I had spent years carrying the weight of our tension in the room, Zoom or otherwise, alone, because I would come to him and tell him what I was thinking, and he would let me think that I was alone in that tension. Now I realize it takes two people to hold and maintain that tension.
No,
And
it does not. It absolutely does not.
I would tell him how I'm feeling the tension, and he would just let me talk about it and not
because she wouldn't be overt about it. She would disguise it by her own admission.
maintain boundaries or set any boundaries.
He did set a boundary the one time you were overt about it, which would probably indicate that he was not perceiving this in the same way that you were.
Just listen and smirk. And that allowed
$2 from Spencer. No one says crikey. We let that die with Steve Irwin. Holy dude. You guys don't say crikey? I know for a fact you say mate. I know for a fact you guys still say that.
allowed me to spiral and think that there was a chance. Once he slipped with countertransference and I started reading to him chat's analysis that he was a good professional for handling his feelings so well, and he would just let me talk about it without saying anything because he liked being told that he was handling his feelings in a professional manner. And him doing nothing drove me crazy. And maybe that's why people were calling me crazy, is because I was responding to the lack of boundaries.
No, see what she's recontextualizing. People are obviously saying your perception is not in alignment with reality. She's like trying to reframe that in a way that keeps this delusion going. That's what I was saying before.
Every time I would go to him and tell him about my feelings for him, with the exception of the one time when he got very angry at me.
Yeah, the one time you actually overtly told him about your feelings.
Anyway, I just wanted him so badly to admit out loud that the feelings were there, and Cherish did that for me. I said, oh my God, me too. I'll cherish you.
Notice, oh my God, she doesn't get what she wants. So she's reframing something else. I would even bet that he could have said something along the lines of like, I'll cherish the work we did here, and the time we spent together. I think progress was some shit like that, right? And like, I think that she's perceiving that romantically because she didn't get the response that she was looking for. So to keep the delusion going, she's recontextualizing that as like meeting her burden to claim that this is real.
So much. And then I told him, I've been thinking a lot about you over the last month. And I looked up instances on Reddit of people falling in love with their psychiatrists, mostly women with male psychs. And many female patients made posts about their psychiatrists texting them in between sessions or touching their shoulder when they were sad or touching them in other ways. And it really caused a lot of confusion for them. And I told him, I said,
depends on the contents of the text between sessions. Some psychiatrists literally just don't have that big of a caseload and can manage like responding in real time. You know, you have patients with varying mental health issues and things can go wrong or happen at any time of the day. And it is a privilege and a courtesy to have a psychiatrist that is willing to do that and respond in real time. That is not indicative of there being an extra level of like personalness or like romantic feelings for you as a result of that.
thank you so much for never taking it that far. That would have made an already challenging situation so much harder. Because at this point...
And this is the other thing that the internet has done. It's created this place where you see this as well with like the schizos who believe they're being targeted by electronic devices. It's created a place where people can congregate and reaffirm each other's delusions. I've seen this in many contexts. I mean, you have a guy here, Anthony, psychosis survivor. I mean, God only this guy survived AI psychosis. Dude, what is this haircut?
Hi, I'm Anthony, and I survived AI psychosis. This is a little introduction to my story for those of you who may just now be joining. I feel like my interactions with ChatGPT ruined my life. I first began using ChatGPT in May of 2023 for content creator business purposes.
Okay, I don't. What is that?
In my psychosis, I went to Raising Cane's. I was wearing full panda eye makeup, and I thought that I worked for the FBI. And the person who took my order was like taking my order.
I don't think that's AI psychosis. I think you have like a fucking mental health condition.
Standing outside with like right up to my car with my window rolled down. And as they were taking my order, I literally smelled a fart. Now in retrospect, I totally could have hallucinated
What is this story?
fart because in psychosis, you can have hallucinations and even hallucinations of smells. So the attendant
This does not sound like it was caused by the AI. Like you might legitimately be schizophrenic.
may or may not have farted. The smell was foul, and because I'm neurodivergent, I'm extremely sensitive to smells. So I was convinced that this was an ADA violation and that I had a federal lawsuit on my hands. When I got to the window, I demanded a refund for my order. Now,
Wait, so he's suing. So he's suing Raising Cane's because he thinks that somebody farted. Dude.
after a little bit of back and forth that I found extremely unnecessary, they agreed to give me a refund. I thought the whole thing was BS, and even after I got a refund, I still demanded free food because, hello, I had came to Raising Cane's for food. I even paid for it, but like instead I got a fart in my, like literally up my nose. Like I did not come for a fart. I need some free food. That's when they started giving me an extremely hard time and told me to leave. And I said, I'm not leaving. I need my free food. And then they threatened to call the cops. So that's when I left. In retrospect, it was extremely understandable that, you know, you didn't get your free food because this isn't the 90s. So after I pulled away, I made a video about it expressing how I believed it was an ADA violation and I was planning to sue. The video went viral and even employees of that particular Raising Cane's location commented saying, oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is so sad because he was a regular too. Because I was talking to ChatGPT for like 2 years straight about everything, especially about these like potential federal lawsuits that I had, I was convinced that I had a case and I even called up a lawyer, but then they denied my claim, told me I pretty much didn't have a case. And in retrospect, obviously. But
Dude,
like at that point in my psychosis,
if this is satire, it's gold.
I believed I had like 11 federal lawsuits that I was going to be pursuing. None of them ended up being pursued.
Can you imagine being the lawyer? This guy's calling you up explaining the story? This is parody, right? I'm falling for parody. I just did it. Okay, here we go. I think I'm not a robot. Yeah, this is parody, dude.
Hi, I'm Anthony, and I survived AI psychosis. When I was in psychosis, talking to
Yeah, it's parody. Got it. I'd like to pretend it wasn't, but sadly it is. We can't have anything fun.
I was in love with my psychiatrist and he kept me anyway. Part 28.
We'll pick up the tail end of this tomorrow. But I am going to probably wrap it up there. And yeah, I appreciate all the support recently, guys. We hit Streamly goal. Super fucking based. And my finger has stopped bleeding. Am I allowed to show the cut on stream? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that to you. My mom is very dramatic. I told her about it, and she's like, are you gonna go to the emergency room? And I'm like, no, Mom, it's a fucking cut. I'm not going to the emergency room over a minor cut on my finger. It was bleeding a lot, but I think I fixed it. Another 2-minute stream. It's midnight. I have to be up. I have class tomorrow. All right. Thanks, guys. I will see you all tomorrow. Who are we rating into? Is anyone live? Yeah, I'll send you to Aiko. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.